Is this thing on? I have no idea if this is on yet. I have no idea if this is on yet, because I can't see the chat, so um yeah, I can't see if this is on. Is this thing on? I have no idea if this is on yet. I want to. How do I get the? I don't know how this works. I could be talking to myself for all I know. I could be talking to myself for all I know. I don't know how to. I don't know how to see the chat. How do I? Okay, it says I'm live. It says I'm live, but I'm trying to. I'm trying to see how I see the chat. I have no idea how this works. I have no clue. Like, I could honestly just be sitting here talking to myself for all I know. Okay, there's... Yeah, now give me the chat. Why can't I see the chat? What the hell? Why can't I... There's got to be something I'm doing wrong. Like, I've done this on... I've done this on StreamYard before. Yeah, I've done this on StreamYard before, but... I've never done this on OBS. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me for a second here. I'm trying to see how I can see the chat. Okay, use your browser's... Use your browser source in your scene with a URL. Okay, so let's try this. I'm gonna try this. Browser. Okay. So let's see what I do when I take the URL for my for the stream and then post it in here. I'm gonna try this. Yeah, I have no clue how this works. Okay. OBS has to make things so complicated. I'm sorry, guys. When I take the URL from my if I had just the stream and then post it in here. I'm gonna try this. Okay, I want to get this. Yeah, I have no clue how this works. Okay. OBS has to make things so complicated. I'm sorry, no, that's not gonna work. When I should have. If I had just. What the hell? And then post it in here. I'm gonna try this. Okay, I want to get this. I have no clue how this works. Okay. OBS has to make things so complicated. I'm sorry. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna minimize the screen here. What the hell? I'm just gonna minimize the screen here and just look at the chat. Okay, I want to get this. You know, so that's just what I'm gonna do. Cause I can't. Yeah, cause I can't see the chat in OBS. So I'm just gonna minimize the screen and just open up a separate tab on YouTube, so I'm kind of watching myself a little bit now, so I can interact with you. I think this actually works better. Yeah, this works way better. But yeah, I'm so sorry for that delay, guys. I have no idea how the chat works in OBS, so I'm just gonna do it like this. But yeah, thank you all for coming on. Hell of a game between the Panthers and Rams, man. Um, I didn't think Carolina would give him that close of a game. So I know I got like a million messages. I know I got like a million chats that I didn't get, so I'm just catching up here. Ryan, how you doing? Jack, what's up? Um, Bill's Mafia, what's going on? What's up, Godfather? Thanks for tuning in. Doc, I actually used StreamYard in the past, but the thing I canceled it because it was just drowning me in debt, and my buddy recommended OBS to me, and I think OBS honestly works better. If I can just find a way to get the chat up on my screen, then I wouldn't have to do all this crap, but I actually think this is I actually think this is more effective. But yeah, we got the Bears and the Packers, man. I think this is going to be a great game. I think this is going to be one of the better games this week. If I can find a way to add people, if I can find a way to add people the to OBS, I'd love to have someone come on here. If I can find a way to add people to OBS. I don't know how this works. I don't know. Maybe I just won't have a guest on tonight. I don't know if I'll have a guest on tonight, but if I can find a way to get a guest on for OBS, then I would gladly take someone on. I just don't know how to do it. Jack, Hines is hard to kick. Hines is hard to kick because, you got the field goals, the field goal posts that are facing the Three Rivers. The Ohio, the Ohio River and the Allegheny leads into the Monongahela, and the wind is constantly blowing off of it. It's always been a tough place to kick field goals at. This is probably going to be the only time that this is probably going to be the only time that I have, what do you call it, Prime TV. I'm probably just going to cancel my membership after this game. I'm only doing this because I just need to find a way to watch the game, and I can't get any other, like, what do you call it, Stream East links or whatever people use nowadays. Hey, Tuck the puppy, what's going on? Yeah, that was a really good game, man. I didn't think I didn't think Carolina would give him that good of a fight. Stefanski interviewing with the Ravens. If Stefanski's going to take a head coach job there, I don't think that's a good hire at all. But I think Stefanski is looking for a head coach job. I don't know. I just don't think he's a good head coach hire. Personally, I would love it if the Steelers were to let Arthur Smith go on to Tennessee like he's been rumored to, and we signed Kevin Stefanski as offensive coordinator. I would actually really like that move. But as for a head coach, no. I thought Lamar played okay enough to win. Lamar definitely played well enough to win. You know, as a matter of fact, I think both QBs played well enough to win. It's that game was just a clusterfuck of just mistakes, man. Like, there's no excuse to have Zay Flowers be wide open 50 plus yards twice in a row. So, like, yeah, definitely both QBs played well enough to win, but so did Aaron Rodgers. It was just, it was just a total mess that game was. Falcons hiring Matt Ryan as team president. Um, I think that's an okay move. You know, because Matt Ryan, he was the Falcons franchise quarterback all that time, and, he's a football guy, and he obviously has ties with the franchise. But we'll see. If there's anyone who wants to get Atlanta back on track of winning, it is Matt Ryan. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, C. Jackson. I don't think the Ravens are cleaning house. I just think they're getting a fresh start as far as head coach goes. I try to talk about the Pens, man. The problem is that the Pens have almost the same problem that the Pirates do, because the Pens play once basically every other day, and the Pirates play pretty much every day. So, I can't feasibly like sit down here and give you analysis on them because they play pretty much every other day. That's why I have way more Steeler content on here than those two. I just wish I can get this chat up. I wish I could find a way to get guests on for OBS. Let's see. Copy link. What's this? Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I think I may have figured this out. So, if anyone can see the link to this, yeah, if anyone can see the link to this, and they can join, let's see what this does. So I think I may have figured this out. So it's asking to join in with a camera. That might work. I don't know. So let's see what this does. Yeah, let's see what that link does. Now, do I have to... Alright, now, I don't know how exactly this is supposed to operate here. Do I have to go into the other room, or... How are they not... I don't know, I guess it just doesn't work? Or... Oh, you know what? I see how this goes now. Okay. Yeah, because I see someone... Yeah, because I see someone else right there right now, so... I think I may have just figured it out. Yeah, because I see someone... I see someone right there, so... Do I just simply click on this, or... I have no clue how this works. So... Wait, what the hell? How come it just disappeared? There was someone right there. I just saw it. I'm just trying to bring them on. There was someone right there. Do I press add on to the scene? Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I think your mic's muted. I think your mic is muted. This is so weird. I I can't hear you.
Hello?
Okay,
Hello?
okay, now I hear you. Now I hear you. What's going on, man? Hello? Alright, you know what? Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna...
Oh, this thing's like
Alright, you know what? I'm not hearing anything, so I don't think I'm doing this right, so... I'm just gonna remove this because I don't think I'm doing this right. I don't know how this works. So ignore that so just ignore that link. I have no clue how that works. So I'm going to look it up more and then I'll try and figure it out, but I'm just going to leave that off for tonight. I'm sorry. I wish I wish OBS wasn't so complicated. Like I like OBS more than StreamYard. I like OBS more than StreamYard for sure, but OBS is way more complex. You could hear the guest. You could hear the guest. I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear anything. It was weird. All right, so the game's about to kick off. Game's about to kick off. So the Bears are going to get the ball first, and there's the kick at about the 4-yard line. And there's a little bit of a gap right there. He's going to get stopped at about the 30, and we are underway in Chicago between the Bears and the Packers. There comes Caleb Williams on the field. The Bears still do not have a quarterback to throw for 4,000 or more yards, but Caleb Williams threw for 3,942 yards, 27 touchdown passes, 7 picks, completed 58% of his passes. Bears will be going from right to left. I have no idea how OBS works like that. I don't even know if I can. It was weird. And a little handoff to Swift right there. Gets stopped. Minimal gain. Brings up second down. OBS isn't trash, man. I just need to figure it out a little bit more. All I really do on OBS is just record my videos. All I really do on OBS is just record my videos. 2nd and 9. Williams. Quick throw, caught, and he's going to be short, a little bit shy of a first down. It's going to bring up 3rd and short. All right, 3rd and 3. So what do the Bears do here? I think they got to pass it here on 3rd and 3. Give a quick slant up the middle, pick up the first down. Williams takes it from shotgun. They are going to throw, and it is caught for a first down. Luther Burden making the catch right there for a first down. I am not streaming the game on Monday because I got work on Monday night. If it was on any other day of the week, I most likely would. But it's on Monday night. Game's at 8:15. It'll be during my work hours. What I normally do for Monday night games is that I record it and then I watch it the next day. Or for or for games that I miss that are really good, I usually just record it. And Williams on 1st and 10 overshoots him by a mile, brings up 2nd down. So no, I'm not streaming the game Monday, even though I'd want to, even though I really want to. Guys ought to see me when I'm watching a game, man. I am just when it comes to the Steelers, when it comes to me watching a Steeler game, man, oh my god. I am insane. I've actually gotten complaints from my neighbors. That's how loud I am. 2nd and 10. Handoff from the pocket and the gun brings up 2nd down, or 3rd down rather, for another minimal gain. I'm surprised Chicago's not like attacking the middle early on because Micah Parsons is out. Third and 8. And a screen pass on 3rd and 8. And that's going to be a 1st down. Packers defense getting caught off guard right there. They had no answer right there. And that's going to be a 1st down for Chicago. Yeah, that's normally what I do whenever the Steelers have a Monday night game or a Thursday night game, is that I record it. Or if there was like a real good game on for Monday night that I wanted to watch on, I just record it. If 1st and 10 handoff and makes a guy miss. He almost bulldozed him right there, and he's really close to a 1st down. They're going to mark him a little bit short. Nice run right there by Swift, I think. It's going to bring up 2nd down. You know, if you got the NFL channel, what they do is that they actually replay the every Monday night game at like 6 in the morning, which is like right around the time I wake up, actually. So I really could just do that, and they always condense it. It's always 2 hours long, and then Good Morning Football comes on. But little gadget play right there. They're going to pitch it off to the tight end. He thought about throwing, and he's going to get a little bit past the line of scrimmage. He's going to be just short of a 1st down. Bears trying to get crafty right there. He wanted to throw that. That's Ben Johnson's offense right there, man. The gadget looked like a little bit of a setup, like in a Super Bowl 40 right there. He wanted to throw. Really close to a 1st. They're going to say it's 3rd and inches now, and Bears aren't going to do the tush push here, but that doesn't matter because that is a easy 1st down right there, and then some, and that's going to bring up 1st and 10. Yeah, well, guess what, Steel Dictate? You were fake at birth because you're not even your parents' real kid, so your chromosomes are fake. That's what I've been dealing with, this punk ass motherfucker since day one. And he gets all upset because I speak nothing but the truth about my teams, all right? So the way I see it, if you're just going to get off my channel and you're just going to come on here and talk shit, all right? Then you're going to go in a timeout, all right? You're going to go in a little bit of a timeout. You don't like my content? No problem. I'll fix the problem for you. How the fuck is a guy who most likely grew up watching a show like South Park gets so offended by everything? What a fucking pussy. Anyway, 2nd and 14. Hey, thanks for the dono, man. He says, win with the maiden shirt, bro. Was my first concert in 2012 at 10 years old without... Oh, man. That's a good-ass show, dude. That's a good-ass show. I actually saw Iron Maiden at at PPG Paints Arena back in November of 2024. Nice catch right there. That's going to be a first down. Don't look now, but the Bears are driving right down the field, and they're in the Packers' red zone. But yeah, man, that is a good ass show. Thanks for the dono, man. I saw Maiden at PPG Paints Arena November 2024. Great show. Bruce Dickinson, he still got it, man. 1st and 10. Caleb Williams back to throw, rolling, fires, back of the end zone. Oh, almost had a one-handed catch, and it's incomplete. What's up, Matthew? He says, great to see you do a football game again. First time since, but yeah, I know. It's been a while, man, you know, because around that time I was just starting to date my wife at the time. You know, we had just started dating at that time, and that was handoff, 2nd and 10, and he's going to get pushed past the 10, 3rd down. But yeah, like I had just started going out with my wife back then. And, you know, not saying it like it's a bad thing or anything, but that took up a lot of my free time, you know, and that really limited how much streaming time that I had. And then this past year, you know, we got married, and that took up pretty much all my time, you know, trying to just get settled in. 3rd and 5, shotgun. Bears can't settle for a field goal here. They got a great drive going. Williams, facing pressure, throws it up. Back right corner of the end zone. That's going to fall incomplete. And after a great drive, the Bears are probably going to settle for a field goal. And now that we got a little, and well, I guess the cat's out of the bag, you know. But now that we got a little one on the way, I don't know how I'm going to be able to stream, you know. I'm going to make an effort, though. I mean, it's going to be a challenge, but it's going to be a challenge for all the right reasons. So from 27 yards out, and that kick is good. Packers almost got a hand on it, but it is good. So at least the Bears don't come up empty-handed there, and they get a field goal. So a drive that goes roughly 8 minutes results in a Bears field goal, and it's 3-0 Chicago. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in, man. If you're new to the channel, man, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram, link, or you know what, my link isn't in the box below. But, yeah. That's always been my catchphrase at, like, the end of every single video. I know, I'm like way behind on the chats. Favorite rock and roll song of all time? War Pigs by Black Sabbath. It's not only my favorite rock and roll song of all time, it's my favorite song of all time. Oh, Andy, if you ever see me do a Steeler game, you'll love it, man. That in the yellow shirt, that was... Oh, really? At that show, huh? Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, thank you, guys. We are very thrilled. She's 10 weeks pregnant now. We are very thrilled. So she's like really close to finishing up the first trimester. Yeah, we're obviously really thrilled, and you know, I always wanted to be a dad, and she's always wanted to be a mom. You know, like from the day that I met her, she has stressed to me so much on how much she's wanted kids, and like about a couple weeks after we got back from our honeymoon, she actually came to me and she was like, I think I want to go off birth control. And for a little bit, I was like, "Are you sure?" I think it may be a little too early. And then she just pretty much persuaded me, and I'm like, you know what? You're right. we've been talking kids for 2 years now. There's no sense in waiting. So we kept trying. We kept trying, and it eventually happened. And but yeah, we're obviously very thrilled and we're very excited. But we're also a bit nervous right now. Because like weeks 10 through I'm reading this really nice book right now called The Expectant Father to Be, and it's helping me understand what my wife is going through right now. And the first 10 to 12 the first 12 weeks are the most important in the pregnancy because that's when, you know, bad stuff happens that can cause the end of the pregnancy. So we are a little bit nervous, but we're also very thrilled at the same time. But anyway, Green Bay gets the ball back from commercial, and there's going to be a holding on the Packers that's going to push them back. So that's going to be a first down, but they did get a holding call. So yeah, that'll back Green Bay up a bit more. Playing Renegades to your newborn on day one. I will be wrapping that kid up in a terrible towel. You can bank on that. That kid is going to be wrapped up in a terrible towel. There's a random Packer fan that they showed there in the stands among Bear fans. So 6:56 to go, first quarter, 3-0 Chicago. They had a really great drive going, kind of stalled in the red zone there. And they're going to hand it off to Jacobs, and he makes a couple moves right there, gets past first down, gets past the first down marker. That's going to be a first down. If I do stream this year, I will say this. It's going to be a lot of Sunday night baseball games and Sunday night football games. Steeler games might be hard for me to do. Nice run right there. And that's going to be a first down. Love fires cross middle of the field, incomplete, 2nd and 10. Irby Dunn, what's going on? He said, "What's up, Mac? Don't forget about next season. I want all the smoke, bro. And congrats on becoming a new father. It's definitely a lot." Thank you, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, man. I added you in the tournament a couple weeks ago, so yeah, you're good right there. So 2nd and 10. Love is going to work from the shotgun. Takes the snap. Fires right side, and it's caught, and it's going to be a little bit short of the first down. Brings up 3rd down. Dashy, thank you for the dono. He says, other than offensive line, because I think Bengals play Dalton Reisner, what do you think the Bengals need to address in the offseason? Defense and coach, point blank. I don't know how the hell Zach Taylor is still allowed at Paul Brown Stadium. So 3rd and 1. Love is going to work from under center. Fakes the handoff as he gets the snap. He's got all night to throw. Fires down the right side. It's caught. That's going to be a first down. He's going to take it into Chicago territory. And that's Romeo Doubs right there. Oh, man, did the Bears defense get cooked right there. Wow. So Jordan Love, on that play right there, faked the handoff. Great blocking by the Packers O-line right there. And the Bears defense completely took a nap right there, and Romeo Doubs burned him for a big play. So now the Packers are almost in the Chicago red zone, and they got a great opportunity to take the lead here. And the ensuing play, he'll hand it off, and he's going to get decent yardage right there. Stop short of the first, brings up 2nd down. What a play that was. by Jordan Love. Great blocking by the O-line. The entire package right there by Green Bay. The Zach Sabbath cover of War Pigs crushes. Dude, I saw Ozzy like 7 years ago in downtown in a suburb in Cleveland that's called Blossom. It's kind of like the equivalent. Hand off to Jacobs, and he's going to get a first down easily. But yeah, I saw Ozzy like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, however long ago it was. I was still in college at the time, and I saw them in a suburb in Cleveland at this venue called called Blossom, and it's kind of like the Cleveland equivalent. It's kind of like the equivalent of the S&T Bank S&T Bank Music Park in Pittsburgh. You know, it's a nice big outdoor. It's like a nice big outdoor venue with all that stuff, and I remember it was raining that day, and Ozzy played War Pigs that day with Zach Wild on guitar. I'm not kidding. I teared up a little bit. I teared up because that's been my favorite song for years. You know? But yeah, as I was yapping on, it's 2nd and 5. Packers have it at the Chicago 11-yard line. Love, quick toss, and that's going to be out of bounds. 3rd down. Got like nothing there. Yeah, the Browns would hire Marvin Lewis. They would hire Marvin Lewis. Oh yeah, definitely Bills Mafia. I assumed that you were coming back. I would love Stefanski as an OC, Steeler Nation. Head coach, no, but I would love him as OC. 3rd and 2. Fakes the handoff. Love on the roll. Throws, and it's caught, and he's going to break the plane. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Jordan Love on a reverse to Christian Watson, and the Packers go 9 plays, burn 4:56 off the clock, 85 yards. And Jordan Love finds Christian Watson to finish it off, 6-3 Green Bay. What a response by the Packers. Great response by Green Bay there. Yes, rest in peace, Ozzy, man. I still can't believe he's gone. But then again, Ozzy lived way longer than everyone thought. There's an injured bear down on the play. So they're going to take an injury time. It's Jaquan Brisker. Oh, boy. Not good for their secondary there. So it's Jaquan Brisker. But yeah, like, Ozzy lived way longer than everybody thought that he would. The fact that he was 76 is just insane. And I'll tell you what, Sharon single-handedly saved that man's life. Because when he got fired from Black Sabbath, he was in a hotel blowing all the money that he was getting paid that he was getting paid per diem by from Sharon and her father, and he's in a hotel basically killing himself with drugs, alcohol, and junk food all day. Sharon comes in and saves his life and encourages him to get back up on his feet because he was also dealing with a divorce at the time with his first wife. So he got fired from his band. He was at like the peak of his drug and alcohol abuse. And he was divorcing his first wife. That was the lowest he's ever been. And Sharon saved his life. Hey, what's going on, Kevin? Thanks a lot for tuning in. And now the Packers are going to go ahead and kick the extra point. A little bit of a injury timeout right there. And the extra point attempt is good. 7-3 Green Bay. Do I like U2? No, I honestly could never get into U2. I don't hate them, but I never saw the appeal with them. I could never get into them. Yeah, the Osbournes was great. They weren't even acting. They were just being themselves. Like, literally, there was just a camera guy following around with them. But yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in, man. We got 23 people in here currently. 203 views total, man. If you haven't already, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. Favorite rock song? Favorite rock artists? Ozzy, Alice in Chains, AC. Ooh, those are some good choices, man. My definitive top three, man. I'm saying this right now. My definitive top three are always going to be Iron Maiden, Ozzy's entire career, and I'm talking about both his Black Sabbath days and solo career, so I just bundle it up into one. And AC/DC. Those are always my definitive top three because those are like my artists that like really got me into hard rock and metal. You know, I'm a big 70s and 80s hard rock and metal guys, and those are like always my definitive top three. Like the order varies. Who I like better on a certain day varies, but those are always my top three. Everything else after that, there's no wrong answer. Um, the most the most emo rock song, if you can guess or think of any, Mac. Basically anything by like Paramore or Dashboard Confessional. That's just my opinion. Yeah, no problem, Harvey or Hervey. I was I wasn't really hit with Hulk Hogan, to be honest with you, Ryan. Hulk Hogan didn't really hit me. I mean, I remember watching him, and I remember watching WWE and seeing him, but I really lost interest in WWE when I was like in my upperclassman years of high school. And the Bears are going to get the ensuing kickoff right there. Clock is down to 2:01 left, and let's see if Chicago can make a comeback here or an answer back. But yeah, Hulk Hogan didn't really hit me all that much. If I was older or if I was still into WWE the way I was back then, I'd be a little more upset about it. But Hulk Hogan didn't really hit me all that much. So 7-3 Green Bay. And handoff. There's Swift, and he's going to get to about the 35 before being taken down. It's going to be second down. Yeah, that's right. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Great song. But yeah, you know they never they don't play that song live out of respect to Bon Scott, which I respect a lot of. I respect the hell out of them for that. Second and 6. Williams is going to work again from under center. He's got a man in the backfield. Sets a guy in motion. And he takes the snap. Handoff. And he's going to get a minimal gain. Good stop by the Packers run defense right there. And it's going to bring up third down. Yeah, I heard about Simus. I heard about Simus. Very tragic. Rest in peace to Simus. Very tragic. Hervey, I never liked Kiss. I never liked Kiss. I'm not a fan of Gene Simmons. I just never liked Kiss. Williams, 3rd and 5, being chased by a front, completes the pass, but he's going to be short of the marker. It's going to be bring up 4th down. But yeah, I could never get into Kiss. They're like, to me, they're like Man of War a lot. They're all style, but like no, not really good substance. I could never get into them. 4th and 2, and I think this is going to be the last play of the first quarter. Game clock is down to 9 seconds, and I think they might get one last play off. Let's see. No, they're trying to get him the jump. Nope. Nope, they're trying to get him the jump, and that'll do it for the first quarter. So 7-3 Packers after the first quarter. Pretty eventful first quarter. Rob Zombie's great. I like Rob Zombie. I will say this, Hervey. I love Ozzy and Black Sabbath, but I also really like Ronnie James Dio and Black Sabbath. You know, I think Ronnie James Dio was great in Black Sabbath. Like, they couldn't have gotten a better replacement when Ozzy was fired. But after that, after Ronnie James Dio left, I was just kind of done with Black Sabbath, you know. But yeah, like I really like Ronnie James Dio and Black Sabbath. When it comes to music for me, I like Fall Out Boy, Green Day, Linkin. I like Linkin Park a lot. Yes, rest in peace, Chester. I really like Linkin Park a lot. Paramore, Blink 182, Good Charlotte, and Paramore. You sound a lot like my older brother, actually. Those are the bands that he likes a lot of, too. Uh, Green Day, I like 90s Green Day a lot, but after, like, American Idiot, I lost interest in them. They just sold the fuck out after American Idiot. But I do like 90s Green Day, though. Do I like... Mac, do you like or can you get into Metallica? Oh, I love Metallica, man. I love Metallica. I do think they are a little overrated. I will admit, I do think they are a little overrated. But I don't care. I love Metallica, man. Hey, Jordan. Thanks for tuning in, man. But yeah, 7-3 Chicago after the first quarter. I know. I know that I'm missing a lot of these chats. I'm a really bad multitasker. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah, man. Who doesn't love Queen? Who doesn't love Queen? Bro, bro, my wife's fetus loves Queen. I'm saying that right now. My wife's fetus loves Queen. Who doesn't love Queen? But yeah, second quarter about to begin. It's 4th and 2 for Chicago. Big decision here. Do they go for it? So 4th and 2, it's going to be an interesting choice for Chicago. They're going for it, leaving their offense on the field. Caleb Williams is going to work from the gun. Got a man at his side. Probably a quick pass right here, a quick slant. Takes the snap. Cross the middle, and he caught it. Easy first down. That paid off big time for the Bears right there. And they get a huge conversion on 4th and 2 to start the second quarter. Favorite Linkin Park song? I'm right there with you, Andy. Numb is my favorite Linkin Park song. AC/DC stands for Alternating Current, Direct Current. And the name of the band was inspired from Malcolm Young's sister's sewing machine. And a little end around right there. It's going to bring up second down, minimal gain. You're losing weight. Good for you, Jordan. Focusing on eating healthy food instead of sugar food and soda. And my weight so far is doing average, and I think doing cardio and strength for. Hey, that's great, man. Keep it up. You're definitely going the right route. But one thing I suggest, you drink a lot of water. 2nd and 7. You know that slipped on the route right there, but he still caught it 3rd down. Um, Drink a lot of water, man. That's how I started. And the way you determine how much water you drink, you take your weight, you cut it in half, and then you convert that number into ounces, and that's how much water a day that you drink. So, like, for example, for me, I'm 164 right now. So, right now, I'm drinking roughly 80 ounces of water a day. So, that's like 10 cups of water. And 3rd and 6, Bears are going to run it again. And he goes absolutely nowhere. Stopped right in his tracks by Cooper. It's going to bring a 4th down. The Bears are, I think they're in field goal range, though. They are. They're leaving their offense on the field. Leaving their offense on the field. I don't know. You got to go for it. 4th and 6. What do they do here? They going to do it again? 4th and 6. Packers showing blitz. He fires, and he threw it right to a Packer defender, and it's intercepted. Wow. That was a terrible throw by Caleb Williams. The Packers did show blitz right there, but oh my god, he threw it right to him. Yep, that's a catch. That's a catch. Wow, threw it right to him. Who do I got for Indiana or Miami? I got Indiana. Indiana's just on a tear. I don't see anyone beating Indiana. What temperature do I prefer my steak to be cooked? I prefer medium rare. I love medium rare. And I don't know how the hell my wife I don't know how the hell my wife does this, but she likes her steak well done. I don't know how she eats it well done, but if that's what she likes, then so be it. I don't know how she eats it well done, but yeah. Crohn's disease. Oh man, get better, dude. Get better. Yeah, drinking water is the most important. In my opinion, it's the most important thing of losing weight and getting into shape. Like you can be the most active person in the gym ever. You know, like you could bench press like a 135. You can deadlift like 200 pounds like I do. That don't mean shit if you don't have a good diet and you're not hydrated. If you eat like crap and you're constantly eating like chips and candy bars or cookies or whatever, all it's going to do is that it's just going to spike your insulin and it's only going to make you add on more weight. You know, you got to eat smart. Having one cheat day a week is fine. That's what I do every Monday. That's what I do every Monday. I have a cheat day every Monday. So it's nice to reward yourself. I mean, look, I'm not saying never eat junk food again, but in moderation, you can get away with it. You know? How often do I hit the gym? I work out at least 4 days a week, sometimes 5 days a week. Like this week I did 5 days. But I always take Sundays off. I always take Sundays off for obvious reasons. You know? But yeah, I work out no less than 4 days a week. I love amusement parks, Ryan. Definitely. I love amusement parks. So Green Bay will get the ball back after the interception. It's 2nd and 3. A nice 7-yard gain right there. So Jordan Love is going to work from the gun. Hands it off. And a first down and a lot more for Jacobs. He's going to get stopped at around the 37-yard line. And that's a first down for Green Bay. They want to make that pick hurt. Hi, thoughts on the Panthers? They played a hell of a game. They played a really tough game. I'm surprised they played LA that tough. Hopefully Carolina can build up on that. 1st and 10. And Love gets hit. Ball's loose. I think that's an incomplete pass, though. Yeah, they're calling it incomplete. For a second, that looked like a fumble for a second, but he had control of that ball. I think this is going to be an incomplete pass. So let's see. Love. And yeah, he has control there. He has control there. He threw that ball away. That's an incomplete pass. Favorite amusement park to go to? Cedar Point. I love Cedar Point. Idlewild Park and Idlewild Park. I have never been there. I've never been there. I'd love to check it out sometime though. I do like Hershey Park a lot though. Hershey Park is great. Me and my wife went there a couple years ago. We spent a whole week there. Hershey's great. Uh Duck is bad for you. I can't judge about duck because I've never eaten duck before. I don't know. I can't judge you, Dashy. I've never eaten duck before. My December's a really good song too. Yeah, I know. And yeah, I know, Kevin. And the craziest coincidence about Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell though is that Chester died on the day that would have been Chris Cornell's birthday. So that's a really creepy coincidence right there. Honestly, Ryan, I think Kennywood's very overrated. I've been there a couple of times and I think it's very overrated. A lot of the rides there that I like are either closed or they're under construction. And after that, there's just really not a whole lot to do. I think the food is really overpriced there. I think the tickets are really overpriced. The parking lot is hell. You know, I'm not saying it's a bad park, but I just think it gets way more love than it deserves. You know? But yeah, Hershey's great. I love Hershey. Hell's Bells, great song, definitely. Um, I saw ACDC back in spring at Heinz Field actually, and they played Hell's Bells. They still brought down the huge church bell that they played at the beginning of it. That was really cool. And there's another bear injured on the play. Oh boy, the stretcher's out, or the cart's out, not the stretcher, the cart. Leg injury. Oh boy. He is visibly distraught. It's TJ Edwards. Man. TJ Edwards has to be carted off the field with what looks like an apparent leg injury. That's not good. Gives a thumbs up to the crowd. Crowd's cheering him off, and yeah, hopefully he's okay. That's really bad for Chicago's linebacking core right there. Let's see. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, man. That's a broken ankle right there. I think he just broke his ankle. Oh, man. That was tough to watch. That sucks. So Love is going to take the snap. He's rolling to his right. Caught. Throws on the run. And that's going to be a first down. That really stinks for TJ Edwards. I think he just broke his ankle right there. Indiana did eat some duck yesterday, that's for sure. Oh yeah, dude, Andy, you got to get to Cedar Point. You'll love it. Cedar Point is awesome. I never get tired of it. I have been to Six Flags before. I have been to Six Flags, but it was when I was really young, and I don't remember exactly how it was, but I have been to Six Flags before. First and 10. Really nice play again by the Packers. And there's another handoff, and this time the Bears defense was ready, swallows him up, second down. Exactly. When you were growing up, you didn't have to pay an admission price to get into Kennywood. If you wanted to ride, you would buy ride tickets. Oh man, I can't. You know, nowadays it's like you got to get family passes, and tickets are like $25 a person. It's ridiculous. Kennywood is maybe an hour and a half away from Cleveland. It's not really a far drive. It's in Sandusky. And that's going to be dumped. Jordan Love is going to get sacked. Austin Booker getting him right there. Third down. But yeah, Cedar Point isn't really a far drive from Cleveland or Pittsburgh for that matter. It's like an hour and a half away from Cleveland, like 3.5 hours away from Pittsburgh. Um, but yeah, definitely you gotta go there. So 3rd and 8. Love from the gun, and now he's just gonna spot. Oh, there's a flag on the play. That's why. Okay, so Cedar Point is in a city in Ohio called Sandusky, and it's on a peninsula that connects from like northwestern Ohio to Michigan. So it's in Ohio, but it's technically Michigan property. So you're going to be seeing a lot of people from Michigan there. It's kind of like where I live, actually. I live like right in the middle of Cleveland and Pittsburgh. So I see a lot of people from Cleveland, and I see a lot of people in Pittsburgh as well. So, yeah, I live like right at the midway point of Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Yeah, Herbie, that's where I'm from too. I'm from Youngstown. 3rd and 8. Love from the pistol. Takes the snap. Pass to the outside. Caught. And that's Romeo Doubs again. First down, Green Bay. They keep on moving the sticks. Oh, yeah, there's a ton of Detroit fans up there. For sure. Let's see. Rip King to Cut, definitely. King to Cut was a great ride. It was a lot like Top Thrill Dragster at Cedar Point, which was my favorite ride there. 1st and 10. Little end around right there. Handoff, and that's Josh Jacobs. He gets swallowed by the Bears defense. Second down. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of Detroit people here. Hey, Steel Twins, what's going on, man? What's going on, guys? I am ready for the game, although I won't be able to see it in real time because I got work on Monday night. But I will probably catch the replay of it on Monday on a Tuesday morning. But yeah, definitely, I am ready for the game, man. 2nd and 9. And I will give the Bears defense a lot of credit. The Bears run defense is stepping up big time here tonight. And that's with TJ Edwards going down with that gruesome ankle injury. So the Bears run defense is stepping up here. I have not been to Detroit, but me and my wife actually want to take a trip up to Detroit this summer because that's where my cousin's moving. She's studying to become a doctor, and she's looking to get her doctorate this year, and she got a part-time job up in Detroit. So me and my wife want to take a trip up there this summer and visit. 3rd and 9. Love, beautiful thrower in the pocket, throws, caught, touchdown. That's Jaden Reed. Love had a nice clean pocket there. He floated it to his left. Jaden Reed came down with it. Another great drive by the Packers. They go 10 plays. They burn over 5 minutes off the clock, and Green Bay has a 13-3 lead. Wow. Just like last time they were in Chicago, though, they had a double-digit lead on the Bears, and they let it get away from them. But Green Bay has answered really well in this game tonight. Extra point is good. It's 14-3. Wow. Packers are taking it to the Bears. Suggestions you have as far as going to Pittsburgh? Only been there twice, and last time I went, I couldn't find the Clemente statue, only found the Wagner statue. Suggestions? Definitely go on the Mount Washington Incline. Check out the Science Center that's adjacent to Heinz Field. I would say the Heinz History Museum. That's the Heinz Museum is awesome. Definitely check that out. The Mr. Rogers statue. Go to Permanis. There's a ton of stuff to do. What's the name of that water park? Just Sandcastle. Yeah. Check out Sandcastle if it's like summertime. Go to Sandcastle. Great water park there. As far as the Clemente statue, you have to go to a Pirates game for that. I think it's in the north entrance of PNC Park. The statue's there. So, yeah, definitely. If you want to see the Clemente statue or the Wagner statue, you got to go to a Pirates game for that. Damn, man, I think this team has a shot compared to previous years, but it's the Steelers in the playoffs. So, I will say this, Dan and Rob, I will say this. You know me, okay? I don't sugarcoat anything, okay? So, to me, the Steelers have to show me that they can at least win a playoff game, okay? I believe the momentum that the Steelers have going into Monday night is the best they've had since 2016. And 2016, as we all know, is the last time that the Steelers won a playoff game. But in 2016, if you remember, we were 4-5 mid-season after that crushing loss to the Dallas Cowboys, okay? And we won out. And we had a lot of momentum going into the Dolphins game, into the wild card against the Dolphins. And that was the only time really that I can remember where the Steelers got off. You know what? Probably not since the 2005 championship against the Broncos. That was the only time that I really saw the Steelers get off to a fast start. smack the opponent in the mouth in the playoffs, and then just take it from there. So I will say this. Our momentum definitely feels the best that it's been since 2016. But to me, the Steelers, they still have to show me that they can win a playoff game. That's just where I'm at right now. Yeah, the Heinz history set, it's amazing, definitely, yeah. I can pretty much go to Pittsburgh whenever I want to because my brother and his wife live there. They just bought a house in Pittsburgh a couple months ago, and I can go there pretty much whenever I want. And Williams is facing some pressure, and he's going to run away, step out of bounds, second down. But yeah, I'll say this: as much as I love Pittsburgh, I hate driving in Pittsburgh, though. I hate driving in Pittsburgh though. That's the one thing I don't like about Pittsburgh. I hate driving there. I hate driving there. I hate driving back from there. I especially hate driving on 279. It's the worst. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. That bridge is always the West End Bridge. It don't matter what time of day it is. That bridge is always packed. It's a nightmare to drive on it. So yeah, I love the city, but I just hate driving in it. Third down for the Bears. Down 14-3. You gotta get aggressive here, man. You're down double digits. Gotta get aggressive here. Third and 4. Williams rather takes the shotgun play. Wide open. He coughed it up. Oh, he had a first down and he coughed it up. I think the Bears recovered it though, but you gotta hang on to that ball, man. Oh man. You gotta hang on to that ball, bro. I don't care if the Bears recovered it. You gotta hang on to that ball. And they're challenging. Oh, the red flag is out there. Ben Johnson or no, LaFleur's challenging it. LaFleur's challenging it because he thinks it's incomplete. Yeah, they're challenging it. So LaFleur thinks it's an incomplete pass. Green Bay's challenging it. All right, so let's see. Does he make a football move? There's the catch. I don't know. I think that might be incomplete. I don't think he makes a football move there. I think this might be incomplete. Or no, they rolled it incomplete, so they didn't challenge it. No, they didn't challenge it. They instead ruled it incomplete. I think that's the right call. I think that's the right call. There's no football move right there. He has possession, but he doesn't... He has possession, but it gets knocked out. I think that's the right call. I think that's an incomplete pass. So it's going to be 4th and 4. The Bears have converted a 4th down earlier in the game. The last time they did, Caleb Williams threw a terrible pick. High snap, but Williams is able to catch it. It's passed, it's tipped, and incomplete. So the Bears are unable to convert another 4th down. They turn over on downs again. They give the ball back to Green Bay. And that is going to cost them right there. Green Bay has really done a nice job with moving the ball down the field. I know, I don't like Amazon Prime either. I think right after the game, I'm just gonna cancel my subscription. This is just gonna be a one-time thing. Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. Hope for the best. That's all you can do as a fan. Hope for the best. 5:15 to go. Green Bay gets the ball back and gets it off to Jacobs. He's going to get past the 30-yard line. The Packers have it in really good position right here, and another Bear is slow to get up. I guess you can say he's doing a bear crawl. But, yeah, he's slow to get up. They're falling like flies tonight, man. They're falling like flies tonight. That's already the third Bear that's been injured. Hey, what's going on, Bruin Steel? Thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, long time no see, man. Yeah, the Bears are dropping like flies, man. Yeah, definitely, man. I'd love to meet up for sure, man. It's hard though, because my wife and we got the little one coming in. I'd love to meet up, man. I'd love to catch a game with you, but it's gonna be a challenge now. If this game was on Peacock, then I'd actually wouldn't mind because I don't have Peacock either. I how I usually watch games is I actually have Sunday Ticket. That's how I usually watch games. I got Sunday Ticket. I just think it's better. Like if there's a certain game that I want to watch that I don't have access to, I just put on Sunday Ticket. Yeah, man. I mean, I said this earlier in the chat, man. The Steelers have to show me that they can win a playoff game. But I will say this. But I will say this is the best momentum that they've had going into the playoffs since 2016, which was the last time we won a playoff game. And in that wild card game against the Dolphins, that was the first time since I would say since the 2005 AFC Championship against Denver, where the Steelers just came out hot, smacked them in the mouth, and just coasted there. So hopefully that can be the case again. But I see where you're coming from, man. Like, the Steelers have to show me that they can win a playoff game. Jacobs, and he's going to get stopped a little shy of the first down marker. It's going to bring up second down. Yeah, I have Hulu. I have Hulu now. I don't use a Dish anymore. I just have Hulu now. It's way cheaper. So 3rd and 1. Love from under center. And the Bears defense just completely swallowed him up right there. I got to give the Bears run defense credit. They have played really well tonight with how limited they are. And it's going to be 4th down for the Packers. And they're going for it. 4th and 1. They're going for it. Risky call right there for the Packers. They're going for it. I would just take the points right here and just extend the lead. You're in field goal range. I don't know why they're going for it. But, whatever. What the hell do I know? It works, and he leaps. He somersaults in the end zone. And they lost the ball, but they're going to say it's a touchdown. Oh, man. This is going to be an interesting call. I think it's a touchdown. That ball is over the plane first. It's Christian Watson again. He did like a cartwheel midair into the end zone. The ball definitely came out, but I think it was over the plane first. I think this is a touchdown. They're definitely going to look at this. They're saying that he's short. I don't know. It looked like it in real. Okay, this is going to be a great look right here. So, is the ball. Oh, no, that ball's out. That ball's out before it crosses the plane. That is a great call right there. That is a great angle right there. This is going to be first and goal. In real time, it looked like it was over the plane. It's tough to tell sometimes in real time. But, man, that is a great angle. Wow. So, first and goal for Green Bay at the 1. What an effort, though, by Watson. Love. We'll just throw a quick pass to Dobbs, and he makes... No, incomplete. Second and goal. I thought he had it. Wow. Oh, Dobbs had it, but he let it go. Who do I have winning the NL Central? The Brewers. I think they're the best team in that division. Second and goal. Love. And a little strange handoff right there. Did he have the... He was dragging Jordan Love with him for like a second right there. And let's see. Well, he has the ball right there, but he caught Jordan Love's hand on the handoff, so he dragged Jordan Love by him a little bit. So that's going to bring up third and goal. No, I didn't go to Youngstown State. I went to community college first, and then I transferred over to Cleveland. I actually went to Cleveland State. I transferred from community college, and then I went to Cleveland State to finish up. I wanted to go to Pitt so badly. That was the number one school that I wanted to go to was Pitt. But I was on an IEP in high school, and Pitt just didn't have the right education plan that I needed for my IEP. But Cleveland State had like everything I needed, and I just couldn't say no to it. So, yeah, I actually lived in downtown Cleveland for like 2.5 years. But man, I wanted to go to Pitt so badly. So, third and goal. Ball at the 1-yard line. Packers just got to punch it in right here. And Jacobs fighting. Is he in? Packers think he's in, but he's short. Fourth and goal. My thoughts on the moves the Pirates have made. At least they're trying, but, you know, it's like with the Steelers, man. Until the Steelers show me that they've changed and that they can make a run, I don't believe it. The Pirates, they have to do like a total 180, man. At least they're trying, but, you know, I'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it. One coach other than Tomlin that should be fired. I would say Dan Quinn. I can't stand Dan Quinn. The way that he put Jaden Daniels in the game, knowing that he was injured at other points in the season, and then he hurt him even more. Yeah, that's grounds for firing right there. Dan Quinn needs to get the hell out of Washington. Packers Steelers Super Bowl. Yeah, that's not happening. I have heard people say though that they would want a Steelers Niners Super Bowl this year because they want to see Aaron Rodgers go up against the 49ers in the Super Bowl, and you know that the 49ers are 4-0 against Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs, so they want to see Aaron Rodgers finally conquer his demons in the Super Bowl against San Francisco. But my Super Bowl prediction as of right now, I'm going to go Buffalo and Seattle. I just think it's the Bills' time right now with how wide open the AFC is. And Seattle, I don't see anyone beating the Seahawks in the NFC. I think the team that has the best chance at beating Seattle are either Philly or the Rams. But to be real with you, I don't think anyone's beating Seattle in the NFC. Yeah, I think Todd Bowles should be gone too. I think he's really overstayed his welcome down there in Tampa. I think Todd Bowles should be gone too. So it's 4th and goal for the Packers at the 1. Interesting call here. The Packers did convert that 4th down earlier that brought him here. But now it's past 2-minute warning. 4th and goal. I think they have to go for it here. It's at the 1-yard line. They got to go for it. Love is going to work. Love is going to work from the shotgun. Sets a guy in motion. Takes the snap. Love looking. Fires. Oh, that's too easy right there. Touchdown. Romeo Doubs. Wide open to his left. And it's 20-3 Green Bay. So they do cash in on that opportunity after all. Wow. That was too easy. Too easy. Too easy. Oh yeah, Zach Taylor needs to get out of Cincinnati, man. And extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So Green Bay, 21 unanswered points, and they are taking it to the Chicago Bears, 21-3, with 1:56 to go in the half. And I think Green Bay gets the ball to start the second half too. You know what, Andy? That's true. That's true. Every time Seattle got the number 1 seed, they did make it to the Super Bowl. 05 they were the number 1 seed. 2013 was the legendary Legion of Boom team, and they were the number 1 seed the next year too. So yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. Seattle Houston, I think, would be a really good matchup. It's gonna be that would be a great defensive game, man. I think that'd be a really good matchup. Bad clock management by Mike Holmgren. Yeah, I mean, there were like one or two. I mean, like in that Super Bowl, okay, there were like one or two really bad calls that favored the Steelers in that game. But to say the refs were the whole reason the Steelers won, no, that's horseshit. Like, personally, Ben was short of the Ben was short of the goal line. I will admit that was a bad call. Ben was short. And then the chop block call on Ike Taylor's pick return, that was a horrible call for sure. But to say that the refs were the whole reason that the Steelers won that game, no. No. All right, so the Bears, they're down 21 to 3. 21 unanswered points for Green Bay. Williams throws across the middle, caught. Big gain right there, first down. Past midfield, he's met by an entire fleet of Packers right there. It's going to bring a first down though. Do I think this could be Josh Allen's year? If Ryan, if Josh Allen doesn't at least go to the Super Bowl this year, and that has to be at least to the Super Bowl, you can't call him an all-time great. The AFC is as wide open as it's ever been. Deep drop for Williams, and that one's almost intercepted. He felt the pressure right there, had to get rid of it, and he almost threw it right to another Packer. Second down. But yeah, if Josh Allen doesn't at least get to the Super Bowl this year, I'm sorry, you can't call him an all-time great. If the Steelers go one and done in the playoffs, I think Rodgers retires. If the Steelers win on Monday night, I think he stays another year. That's just my opinion. 2nd and 10. And that's incomplete, right off the fingertips. You were only 4 when that Super Bowl happened. I was 10 years old when Super Bowl 40 happened. 10 years old. 3rd and 10. Deep drop for Williams again. This time he's going to evade pressure. He wants to go deep, but he's going to run with it. Gives himself up. And that's going to bring a 4th down. But yeah, I'll never forget it. My uncle, may God rest his soul, he was a huge Steeler fan as well. And he lived in New Jersey. And I'll never forget it. The morning after the Super Bowl, the day after Super Bowl 40, he calls me up, and we have a really nice talk on the phone. We're talking about the game. We're talking about the season, you know. And I'll never forget it. He ends the call with, "Well, enjoy it, kid, because you never know when you're going to see it again." You know, my uncle was like a second dad to me. I'll never forget it. And, you know, he was absolutely right. Cherish a Super Bowl title every time. You never know when you're going to see another one. And fortunately, 3 years later, I was blessed to have seen the Steelers win another one with the most iconic catch in Super Bowl history with Santonio Holmes. So I'm blessed to have seen 2 Super Bowl titles by the Steelers at a fairly young age. But as a fan, you always want to see it happen again. Your team can never win enough. There's no such thing as winning enough as a fan, you know. 4th and 4. Williams fires way over his target, and the Bears can't convert a 4th down again. First NFL game you remember watching was one of those in 2008. Oh, look, another spammer. I'm just going to get rid of this spammer. I don't remember what NFL game. I don't remember specifically what NFL game I remember watching first. But I do remember the first Steeler playoff game that I ever watched in entirety was actually the Browns-Steelers playoff game in 02 and 03, where the Steelers had that insane comeback win against the Browns. That's a hell of a first playoff game to start off with, you know. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. It's already been 10 years since Devontae's perfect game. I know, time flies, man. Would I fire Sean McDermott if the Bills don't make it to the Super Bowl? I would keep Sean McDermott, but there is going to be a point in time where his methods are going to be stale. But I would keep him at least for another year. The Beast Quake game, that was a great game too. Yeah, but yeah, first Steeler playoff game I ever saw was the 02-03 wild card against the Browns. That's a hell of a way to start your playoff viewing experience. Steelers were down 24-7 in that game to the Browns, and all Tommy Maddox did was just conduct one of the greatest comebacks in Steeler history, and then to culminate it all off, touchdown run, then the 2-point conversion by Ma'afala to clinch it. By Ma'afala to clinch it, and the Steelers won the game 36-33. First and 10, Love checks it down to his running back, and that's going to be an easy first down. Bears are just playing prevent right now. Fuamatu Ma'afala. That is still a fun name to say. Hey, Bobby, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. Fellow Paisano, man. Love that guy. AB was never the same after that night. You are right, Andy. You are right. Love takes the snap on first and 10. He's going to rifle it down the right side, but he way overshot his target, second down. That was also the first time. That was. That was the first time that the Steelers ever played Renegade at Heinz Field. That's right. Yeah. I do remember seeing bits and parts of the 2001 AFC Championship, though, against New England. I didn't see the full game in entirety at the time. I mean, it's decades later, and there's a ton of technology nowadays, so I have seen the game in entirety, but I didn't see it in entirety at the time. And Love is going to take the snap. He's going to run. There's no one open. He's a little bit short of the first. There's 11 seconds to go. Yeah, that game was very frustrating against New England because special teams completely shit their pants in that game. And the thing that frustrates me about that game is that Tom Brady got injured in that game against the Patriots. And when he was in the game, he led the Patriots to 0 points. Okay, New England didn't score on a single drive when Tom Brady was in the game. He left the game in the second quarter with a knee injury. Drew Bledsoe came in as Love is going to take another. Oh, he's just going to toss it out of bounds. But Drew Bledsoe came in the game, threw a touchdown pass, and then New England got a blocked punt and a blocked field goal for a touchdown. That's what pisses me off about that game, because Tom Brady literally didn't do shit against the Steelers. And yet, he somehow still gets credited with the win when Drew Bledsoe threw the only touchdown pass for New England offensively. And then couple that with Cordell Stewart completely shitting the bed in that game. So, that's why that game really pisses me off. Yeah. But yeah, look, I mean, I always like Cordell Stewart. I always liked Slash. I was always a big advocate of him. But he was a terrible playoff quarterback. You could never count on him to get the job done in the playoffs. Eight years old when the Steelers won their first Super Bowl, so you were born in 66, right? And the field goal's good, but the Bears iced them, so doesn't count. You got to see all six of them. That's great, man. That's great. So, yeah, you're probably old enough to be my dad or something. But, yeah, you were 8 years old when the Steelers won their first Super Bowl. So, yeah, you were born like 66 or 65, right? Oh, yeah, definitely, Bobby. Steelers special teams imploded in that game, and you guys took advantage of it, and then Slash completely shit his pants as well. And the Steelers fought back. It was 21-3. It was 21-3 at one point, and the Steelers mounted a comeback, and then Slash threw two awful interceptions that just doomed us. So, but yeah, like if the Patriots special teams doesn't come through in that game, and from 55 yards out, field goal is no good. Hooked it left at the last second, and it's halftime in Chicago. 21-3 Green Bay at halftime. But yeah, if New England's special teams doesn't come up big in that game, Steelers probably win that game. But yeah, just just a very frustrating game. Oh yeah, oh yeah, man. Who doesn't love the bus? The bus was awesome. Bus was awesome. Yeah, Slash just wasn't a good. Slash was just not a good playoff quarterback, dude. He also cost the Steelers in '97 against the Broncos too. Denver won that game 24-17 in the AFC Championship, and Slash cost the Steelers that game too. He threw four picks against the Broncos. He threw two of them in the second quarter, and Denver got 14 points off of those turnovers. You fuckers always manage to come back from the dead every time we play you. Our teams don't make it easy. The only time that I can really remember well, there's only a couple of times where I can remember the Patriots just totally dominating us in a game. That was 2013 when the Patriots dropped 55 on us, and then and then week one 2019 where you blew the fuck out of us 33-3. But yeah, then there are time. I mean, 04 04 wasn't as bad of a blowout as it looks because in that game Ben dug us a hole in his rookie year, but he managed to fight back in that game. But I think the key thing, and I think the backbreaker in that game was his pick six to Rodney Harrison. So I mean, yeah, it looks like New England dominated us in that game, but really it wasn't as bad of a blowout as it looks. You know? And then there's a game like '07 where the final score looks like a blowout too, but it was a sneaky close game until like the third quarter. But yeah, but yeah, I mean, there's just always that one team that everyone struggles against, and that was us against the Patriots. Oh, and by the way, in that oh, and by the way, in that '07 game against New England, fuck Anthony Smith. Oh, Andy, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just about to say, fuck Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith guaranteed that the Steelers would beat the Patriots in '07, and Tom Brady targeted him all night long, deservingly so. So yeah, Andy, you took the words right out of my mouth. Fuck Anthony Smith. Oh yeah, Slash stunk up the joint in that 97 game. Threw 4 picks. The thing I love about '04, man, was that when the Steelers played the Patriots the first time on Halloween, I believe it was, on that day, the Patriots came in on a 21 game winning streak, and the Steelers and Big Ben was also undefeated going into that game as well. So for the Steelers to win that game and snap your winning streak in the process, to me that was the game that put Big Ben on the map. Okay, to take down the defending champs who were on that winning streak in Pittsburgh as a rookie quarterback, that was the game that put him on the map. And then the following week, the Eagles came to Pittsburgh, and the Eagles were undefeated, and the Steelers beat them 27-3. So after that Eagles game, the only person that was undefeated in the NFL at that time was Big Ben. That's what I love about that '04 team. That '04 team was so good. But you know, I will admit, I will admit, in '04 they had a very lucky win against the Jets in the divisional in '04. Yes, there was a time when the Jets actually made the playoffs, but yeah, the Steelers, I will admit, they had a very lucky win against the Jets in '04 in the divisional, because Ben could very easily have lost us that Jets game. He threw 2 picks against the Jets, and then the Jets, did Jets things where they missed 2 field goals that would have won them the game, including the one in overtime. And then Jeff Reed, the toilet paper abuser, hit the game winner in overtime. And then, yeah, the AFC Championship game, we completely shit our pants in the AFC Championship. But yeah, man, that '04 team was so good. Hey, what's going on, Elephant? Thanks for tuning in. What's up, J Rod? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I was 9 years old in '04, but yeah, man, that season was so fun. And after that AFC Championship, the thing that really sucked about it at that time when we lost the AFC Championship that year, man, the bus was heavily considering retiring after that game. Like, that was it. Everyone thought that the bus was going to retire after that game. Hines Ward got emotional in that game in the interview. Like, you could see it. Like, go look it up if it's on YouTube. Hines Ward got real emotional when he was asked about the bus, because he genuinely thought that he was going to retire. And Ben told Jerome, "Look, if you come back for another year, I'm going to win you a Super Bowl." And Ben basically convinced Jerome Bettis to stay one more year, and he fulfilled his promise. Steelers were the 6th seed in '05. Tons of momentum going into the playoffs. Had that big win against the Bengals in Cincinnati in the wild card. Stunned the Colts in the divisional, where Ben single-handedly saved our season. Okay, everyone talks about Mike Vanderjagt missing that field goal wide right. Everyone talks about Jerome Bettis fumbling the ball after the Steelers stopped Peyton Manning, okay? Big Ben's tackle on Nick Harper is the most overlooked play in NFL history, and I will die on that hill. If Ben doesn't make that tackle on Harper, Colts win. I'm saying that right now. Nobody talks about that. Or it at least doesn't get talked about enough. All right? That is the most overlooked play in NFL history. All right? And then we crushed Denver in the championship in '05, and then, yeah, the Super Bowl 40. But, yeah, Ben told him, if you come back one more year, I'm going to win you a Super Bowl. And that's what happened. Oh yeah, Ben despised the Ravens, man. That's what made the Steelers Ravens rivalry so fun, man. Because, you talk about Ray Lewis, you talk about Terrell Suggs, you talk about Paul Mully, you talk about James Harrison, you know, you, you talk about Ed Reed, you talk about Big Snacks, you talk about Ferrier, all them guys. Big Ben was the glue that held that rivalry together in the 2000s and 2010s. All right? We all love the defense for sure. But every single time Ben took the field against the Ravens, he meant business. And the Ravens' mission was to stop Ben at all costs. Every single time he took the field. He was the glue that held that rivalry together. Oh man, absolutely. Everyone loves the bus, bro. Everyone loves him. He actually is a good dude. I don't know if I've ever said this, but I actually met Jerome Bettis. I met him in 2018 at his old restaurant off the North Shore. I was coming home from a Pirates game at the time, actually, and I had decided to just get something for the road to eat, and I stopped at his old restaurant that's closed down now, unfortunately. But yeah, I stopped at his restaurant, and there was a point where I was just eating my food, and he's walking around from table to table. He comes by my table, and he's like, hey, how's the food going? And I look up at him, and I did like a double take, and I'm like, oh my god, the bus, like one of my childhood icons is standing right in front of me. That was so cool. He is such a nice guy. We talked for a couple minutes about the Steelers. We talked for a couple minutes about the teams that he was on. He is such a down to earth guy, you know. I asked if I could get a pic with him. He said no because he's trying to keep a low profile, which I respect. So I unfortunately did not get a pic with him, but you know, he's just trying to keep a low profile. But he's such a great guy. He's such a nice guy. I also met Jason Gilden in a hotel I was staying at one time for my family reunion. Um, we were eating breakfast in the lobby, and Jason Gilden sitting at a table across from us with my uncle at the time, and my uncle nudges me and he goes like, "Hey Matt, you know who?" He goes like, "Hey Matt, you know who that is?" I'm like, "Who is that?" And he goes, "That's Jason Gilden. He's a really famous. He's a former Steeler player. Come on, He's like, "Come on, I'll go over and introduce you." But yeah, I met Jerome Bettis and I met Jason Gilden. You met AB. Oh, I hope you met him. I hope I hope you met him pre CTE, man. But yeah. Um, you met Mike Mitchell. Wow. Okay. You met Terrell Edmonds. You met Jalen Warren. You met Ike Taylor. You met Deontay Johnson. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, so the third quarter is about to get started. It's 21-3, Green Bay. Do the Bears have another comeback in them? You met Oh man, you met Lynn Swan. That's awesome. Lynn Swan at I gotta get the Starbucks then apparently. But yeah, you met Lynn Swan at Starbucks. That's awesome. Summer 2015. Okay, so it was pre CTE. Okay. So yeah, do the Bears have another comeback in them? Caleb Williams not playing really well. Caleb Williams not playing real well tonight. While Jordan Love has 3 touchdown passes. Yeah, Deontay Johnson is an all-time crash out story. My favorite crash out story though has to go to Jeff Reed. Jeff Reed will always be the best crash out story when it comes to the Steelers. He took it out on the frickin' toilet paper dispenser at a Sheets. Yeah. You met Rodney Harrison. That's really cool. That's great. So it's 1st and 10. Packers do get the ball to start the second half. Wow, you met Tebow. Wow, you met You met Ray Lewis. Wow. Hope you didn't have a white coat on. But yeah, that's really cool actually. Under pressure, he's just gonna throw it out of bounds. Second down. Um, Brandon Marshall, Heartline, Frank Gore. That's really cool. Jason Taylor. Wow, that's really nice. I cannot go to a Pirates game on my birthday. I cannot go to a Pirates game on my birthday, Dashy, because my birthday's in December. So, yeah. The Steelers can play on my birthday, though. The first Steelers Ravens game was on my birthday, actually. 2nd and 10. Shotgun, and he goes nowhere right there. What the hell were the Packers doing right there? 3rd down. Oh no, no, Andy. I said Jeff Reed's my favorite crash out. Rest in peace to that toilet dispenser at Sheets, though, from Jeff Reed. 3rd and 12. That's a loss of 2. The Bears can get a 3-and-out here. That's huge. Play clock down to 4. You better get the play off. And he just does get it off. Love. Incomplete. So the Packers go 3-and-out to start the second half. 4th and 12. No. No, I said Jeff Reed's my favorite crash out. So 4th and 12, Packers will punt and did not signal for a fair catch at around the 31-yard line. He's just going to get chased out of bounds. So he was chasing his dog through the backyard of our house. I opened the door. He was like, "Holy shit." Wow, that's a really casual way to meet someone. He's chasing his dog. So 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Williams under center, sets a guy in motion, and hands it off, and it's going to be about a 4-yard gain, brings up 2nd down. When you met David Andrews at Gillette last September, I took a pic with him, and one of them he tried to cover the Steelers logo and just told him go Steelers afterwards. Well, there you go. 2nd and 8. Oh, it looked like more just because it was from shotgun at that time. 2nd and 8. Williams gets the snap. Firing in the middle. That's caught. Oh, no, it's dropped again. Dropped again. Bro, you got to catch that. You got to catch that. You got to catch that. Right in your hands. It's an easy 1st down right there. You got to catch that. Wow. Got to catch that. I don't know what else to say. You got to catch that. 3rd and 8. Shotgun again. Williams gets the snap off, faces a little bit of heat, launches it down the left side, and that one is caught. That's Loveland redeeming himself, and that's going to be another first down. So, yeah, he can't catch it when he puts it right in his chest. But there he is right now, a little bit of an off balance throw, and he's able to catch it there. I don't know. First down. So 1st and 10. Bears are creeping up in the Packers' red zone. Fakes the handoff. He rolls, and now he tosses it to Lovin again, who gets the first down. And he sheds off a tackle. He's going to get stopped at around the 11. So the Bears got a drive going here. They are in the Packers' red zone now, trying to get something going on, trying to give them some kind of an answer. They need to. They're down 21-3. Okay, Brian Hayes liked your happy birthday comment of post a few years ago. I had something similar happen with me, although it wasn't an athlete. I'll say it. I'll say it after this play. So 1st and 10. Strong eye for Williams right here. Gets the snap. Gets it off to Manungai, and he's going to be stopped at about the 10. Brings up 2nd down. But yeah, I had something similar. So I got no problem saying this on camera, but my childhood crush is Avril Lavigne, okay? And this was back when she had Lyme disease, so this was around like 2019-ish. And she made a post on Facebook about how she was recovering from it and how she hoped to get back on tour. And I commented on it, and Williams is, not Williams, the running back is just going to get dropped back it's just going to get dropped back there. Packers defense was ready. But I made a comment on the post, just not expecting anything, just typing as a fan, and she liked my comment. And I'm like, holy shit, my childhood crush just liked my comment. That was cool. So 3rd and 13. Empty backfield. Williams rolling to the right. And a diving catch at the 10. They're going to say it's incomplete, though. So 4th down. Pittsburgh Dad. Yes, we all love Pittsburgh Dad, definitely. Pittsburgh Dad's awesome. My thoughts on the Pirates additions of Brandon Lowe and Ryan O'Hearn. Those are some pretty big additions. I said this earlier, actually, Jack. At least the Pirates are trying, but I'm sorry. Until the Pirates show me that they've really changed, I am only believing it when I see it. They brought back Matt Haig. I completely disagree with that. We need a real hitting coach. Not a big fan of Don Kelly so far, but yeah. Until the Pirates actually do something, I'll believe it when I see it. You met Pittsburgh. You met Pittsburgh, Dad? Wow. Wow. I'd love to hear that story. Favorite non-Steeler of all time? My favorite non-Steeler that I saw was Brett Favre. I was always a big Brett Favre fan. My favorite current non-Steeler. That's a good question, actually. Um, that is actually a good question. Um, shit. I could just give a cheap cop out and say Josh Allen, but that's my wife's favorite player. So I want someone different though. Um, you know, I don't really know. I don't really know if I have a favorite non-Steeler right now. I guess I'll say Jaden Daniels just because I was really moved by his rookie season and I felt real bad for him this year. So I would probably say Jaden Daniels right now. But yeah, my favorite non-Steeler that I've ever seen, like my first favorite football player was Brett Favre. I was always a big Brett Favre fan. Rank Steeler coordinators best to worst between Arthur Smith, Todd Haley, Randy. Well, Todd Haley out of those three is the best by default. I had issues with Todd. I mean, yeah, I was vocal about Todd Haley in the past. There were times where I thought he was way too conservative, but he was overall a good OC. So Todd Haley is the best by default. Then I would say Arthur Smith, and Randy Fickner is easily the worst of them. Randy Fickner was terrible. Favorite non-Steeler ever? Oh, yeah, Megatron was great too. Yeah, Von Miller was a lot of fun to watch too. I mean, yeah, he's way past his prime. He's going to Canada, but yeah, Von Miller was awesome. Yo, Williams real frustrated there. They had to settle for a field goal. I don't blame him there after that great drive. So it's 21-6 now. Down. Who's worse between Randy Fickner and Matt Canada? Matt Canada. They're both awful, but I think Matt Canada is a little bit worse. J.J. Watt, yes, I love the Watt brothers, man. The Watt brothers are great. 2nd and 9. Love, shotgun, gets the snap off, throws to his left, and it's caught. And that's going to be Watson again. 3rd down, steps out of bounds. Terry Bradshaw versus Ben Roethlisberger. Greatest Steelers QB of all time. Who do you pick? Also, who do you think is the greatest quarterback of all time? You think it's Tom Brady because of his accomplishments. I was always a black sheep on this, Nathaniel, but I always said Terry Bradshaw was the best quarterback the Steelers have ever had. I mean, if you want stats, if you want just pure stats, Ben, okay? But here's the thing, which I'll get into after this play here. 3rd and 2. Shotgun again for Love. He's trying for an audible right there. He doesn't get it. 3rd and 2. He's facing a little bit of pressure. Nice maneuverability right there. He gets it off, but he throws to absolutely nobody. It's not grounding though, so it's 4th and 2. But yeah, personally, I always thought Terry was the best quarterback in Steelers history because, like I was saying, if you want stats, it's absolutely Ben. But the thing with me is how they did in the playoffs. Ben in the playoffs, I'm not going to say Ben was a bad playoff quarterback, but he was a very inconsistent playoff quarterback. There were a lot of games that the Steelers had in the playoffs where Ben dug the Steelers a deeper hole, a really deep hole early on, and Ben had to work his way out of it because he got himself into it. So I'm not going to say that he was a bad playoff quarterback. He was just kind of underwhelming in the playoffs. Terry Bradshaw was actually a really good playoff quarterback, okay? A lot of people say, "Oh, Bradshaw's overrated." He only had those 4 rings because he had the steel curtain defense back then. Bradshaw won 2 Super Bowl MVPs. Okay, if Terry Bradshaw doesn't ball out against the Dallas Cowboys in Super Bowl 13, Steelers lose that game. If Bradshaw doesn't ball out against the Rams in Super Bowl 14, Steelers lose that game. You know, so a lot of people forget that. I mean, yeah, people will say, "Well, look at Terry's stats. He only has 2 more career touchdown passes than interceptions." Okay, you gotta understand, it was a different era back then. Back then, if a quarterback threw for like 250, 300 yards, that was like unheard of. That would make like ESPN headlines back then. Throwing for 250 to 300 yard games used to be a really big accomplishment. Nowadays, 250 to 300 yards is like the average, you know. So Bradshaw had to face way tougher defenses back then. He had an era where running backs were held to a higher standard than quarterbacks back then, and he had to play in an era where defenders could actually lay a finger on quarterbacks and lay a finger on receivers. And Bradshaw was a tough son of a bitch. Like you ever see that clip of Turkey Jones on the Browns just basically suplexing Bradshaw and he planted him right on his head? Okay? That's the era that Bradshaw played in, okay? Ben played in a very QB friendly era, which isn't a negative towards him by any means, but when you see, for as awesome as it was seeing Ben throw those bombs and leading all those fourth quarter comebacks, okay, it was during an era where it's like, oh, what? He touched a receiver and he gets a penalty. You touch a receiver, you get pass interference. You breathe on a quarterback, you get roughing the passer. But in the playoffs, Ben was just kind of underwhelming in the playoffs, where Terry was actually a really good playoff quarterback. So it's definitely it's definitely a debate right there. But personally, I've always said Bradshaw was the best quarterback the Steelers have ever had. You know, but I think the one thing that Steeler fans, when it comes to that, don't realize, as Williams gets the ensuing drive right there, he throws a dart across the middle of the field, and that's a big first down right there. Bears trying to get another big drive going here, down 15 points. But the thing that Steeler fans don't really realize about Ben and Bradshaw, okay, is how fortunate that they should be that this franchise is the only franchise in the NFL besides the Dallas Cowboys that have had 2 franchise quarterbacks win them multiple rings. Okay? The Steelers and Cowboys, they're the only 2 franchises in the NFL that have had 2 franchise quarterbacks win them multiple Super Bowls. Steelers with Bradshaw and Ben. Cowboys had Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman. Okay? But you definitely have a debate. My personal opinion, Terry Bradshaw is best Steelers quarterback. Hey, what's going on, Secret Underdog? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that, man. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I'm just me and her are just trying to keep that little one healthy and safe from harm. Even though it's still just a little fetus, and still hasn't been born. But even then, we're just trying to keep it as healthy as possible until and the day when he finally comes in, we're gonna be super excited parents. But thank you, man. I really appreciate that. So third and one now, and that's gonna be an easy first down. So the Bears trying to get something going here. Terry did call his own plays, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, Jack. My wife is 10 weeks. Yeah, Jack. My wife is 10 weeks pregnant. My wife is 10 weeks pregnant. Yep. And that's going to be a penalty on Green Bay, unnecessary roughness. So that's going to give the Bears. That's going to give the Bears more yards. Yeah, I said that earlier in the stream, man. She's 10 weeks pregnant, but as thrilled as we are, obviously, we're also a little nervous right now because the first 12 weeks of the pregnancy are the most important for the baby because that's when the baby has to be at its healthiest because that's the period where miscarriages are the most common. So we're just being as as careful and as protective as we can possibly be in keeping that baby healthy, So I've keep telling her, if we can make it through the first 12 weeks, the first 3 months, basically the first trimester, if we can just make it through the first trimester, I think we're going to be okay. You know, that's just where we are right now. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Do you think Aaron Rodgers has the all-time greatest arm? I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Rodgers has had a ton of amazing throws. I can agree with that. But the other part of this guy's question, the greatest quarterback of all time, I begrudgingly have to say Tom Brady. I mean, I think look, here's the thing, okay? Personally, I think Tom Brady is the luckiest son of a bitch to ever put on a football uniform. Okay? Like, if I sit down here and I talk about all the lucky incidences that he's had throughout his career, I'll be here all night, okay? So, to keep it short, I think he is the luckiest son of a bitch to ever put on a football uniform. But you know what they say, okay? Sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good. And there was no other quarterback that could take advantage of the opportunities and the circumstances that Brady was involved in. I've never seen another quarterback cash in on it. So, as lucky as I think he is, as lucky as I say that he is, he also did his job too. That's only a testament to how great he was. You know. So yeah, I think Tom Brady is incredibly lucky, but he's also very good at the same time. Like I said, sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good. So 1st and 10 for the Bears. They are at the 30-yard line, trying to get something going here, trying to make this a game again. Touchdown and a 2-point conversion would be great. Williams trying to escape pressure. And he's up the middle for a first down. He's at the 20. So, yeah, Bears are in the Packers' red zone. First and 10. Yeah, Bears need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here. Get it to a one-score game again. And he fakes the handoff and he keeps it, and he's just going to get spun out of bounds, 2nd down. Oh, it's not even that, Andy. Like, his first ever playoff game. His first ever playoff game was a perfect omen for his career. The damn Tuck Rule game, okay? First ever playoff game, the Tuck Rule game. And it's like, yeah, I know, and it's like, yes, it was a rule, okay? Yes, other quarterbacks dealt with it. Name me another quarterback that got bailed out by that rule with a season-ending turnover at that big of a moment of a playoff game. You can't. Okay? That's why I say he was ridiculously lucky, but he was also very good at the same time, you know? Third and 4. Williams from the shotgun. You gotta get in the end zone here. Third and 4. Williams hands it off, and that's really close to a first down. They're saying forward progress, but I think he's short. Yep, he's short. Fourth down. The Bears' red zone woes continue. Who would I rather have as a franchise QB in their prime, Breeze or Rodgers? You'd take Breeze. Breeze was so accurate. That's a good question, actually. Who would I take in their prime? You know what? I'm going to agree with you and take Breeze. 4th and 1. Bears have not had a good night on 4th downs. He's being chased again. He just throws a frickin' lollipop right in the air, and it's intercepted on 4th and 1. So the Bears' offensive woes in the red zone continue. Their fourth down attempts continue to bite them in the ass. And Caleb Williams just throws a little pop-up in the air and it gets picked off by a lineman. Wow. Yeah, Bears are looking like frauds. Bears are looking like frauds. But yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you and go with Drew Brees. His accuracy, just his just intelligence of the game, like, it's right up there with Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. That's another thing with Brady. Brady was a very smart player too. He has a very high football IQ. He is a football guy, and he did know the game better than anyone else on the field anytime he played. Okay, that's another thing that made him great. So between those two, I would take Breeze. Yeah, his only bad playoff game was 2020 against Tampa. And who was the quarterback for Tampa that year? Oh, yeah, that's right, Brady. It's just funny how that works. But, yeah, Breeze gets a reputation of being a bad playoff quarterback because the Saints always came up short. But, no, Drew Brees was actually really good in the playoffs. Breeze was actually a really good playoff quarterback. It's just that his defense has kept failing him. His defense has kept failing him. After years of not liking Rodgers when he wanted to join the Steelers for a cheap deal, then won us the division, Rodgers earned my respect. I know. I know this keeps. I know I keep getting cut out. Look, we're gonna be getting a house this year, and when I relocate the computer to a different area, hopefully it'll have better lighting. But this is the best I can do for right now. But yeah, I apologize for that. But Rodgers earned a little bit more of my respect, just because he played well when he needed to. But for me, if the Steelers are able to win Monday night, I'll cool it with how much I shit on Rodgers. Oh, what the hell just happened there? Oh, what the hell just happened there? So let's see this. Let's see. So they handed it off to a lineman right there, like William the Refrigerator Perry in Super Bowl 20. Trucks, trucks a Bears defender, but then he loses the ball. The Bears are trying to recover it, and the ball goes out of bounds. The ball goes out of bounds, so Green Bay maintains possession. The Packers just caught a massive break right there. Wow. And they're going to pick up a first down. Who would I pick for a franchise QB between Peyton Manning and Tom Brady? Honestly, I would take Peyton. For a franchise QB, I would honestly take Peyton. Like, the thing is, okay, Brady was the perfect system quarterback, for if you're building him around a strong defense, which is what Bill Belichick had. But if you're looking for a guy that just has great football smarts and can just dissect defenses, it's the Sheriff. You guys got to remember, like when Peyton Manning was at his prime, he was widely considered the best quarterback in NFL history. Okay? But yeah, I mean, you really can't go wrong with either one. But yeah, like I was saying, if the Steelers are able to win Monday night, I'll cool it with how much I shit on Rodgers. I will. Second and 10. Love will just toss it in the dirt after being chased by some bears, and it's going to be incomplete. Do I have disdain for the Atlanta Braves? You're a Braves fan, and I didn't know Pirates and Braves had a rivalry. The Braves. Not really a disdain for the Braves, but I do have disdain for Sid Bream. Yeah. You know how with the Steelers, you should never mention number 14 in Super Bowl 30. With the Pirates, you never mention the former Pirate who walked us off in 92. So not so much the Braves, just that guy who scored on Mike LeVere at home plate in a replay that looks like it's being shown in slow motion, but it's in real time. Third and 20. Empty backfield for Jordan Love. They rush 4. He gets the pass off, and it goes nowhere. So the Bears defense is able to make a stop right there, but they need a really big comeback here right now. How many more rings would we have if Brady and the dynasty never happened? Well, let's see. If we did beat the Patriots in 01, we would have had to play the greatest show on turf in Super Bowl 36. I have my doubts if we would have beaten that team because that was a legendary offense that the Rams had, and you needed to be like perfect on defense to stop them. So, if we did beat the Patriots in 2001, oh, the Bears, oh, a nice punt return, and he's going to get into Green Bay territory. Hold on. The Bears might have something going here. A nice punt return by Duvernay. But yeah, 2001, I don't know if we would have beaten the Rams. It's not a guarantee. That team was just way too good. 03, we obviously went 6-10. 04, I think that was our year. The Steelers should have 04 should have been a title for us if the Steelers had better luck in the playoffs. That should have been our year. You know, so the Steelers, as awesome as '05 was, Steelers had an awesome chance of winning back-to-back titles, '04 and '05. '05 obviously won it. '07, would we have beaten the Giants in '07? I think we probably oh I think we could have beaten the Giants in '07, but then again, like they were just a really good Cinderella team. So I don't know about that. But I think we could have beaten the Giants in '07. So that's 3 rings, right? So that's at least 2 rings right there. Then we won in '08. As last play of the third quarter, Williams is going to launch it down the left side, overshot. 15 minutes to go. Bears are down by 15 going into the fourth quarter. 2011, we would have had to play the Giants again. Would we have beaten them twice in 4 years? I don't know. That Giants team had a really good defense that year. That 2011 Giants defense was really good. I don't know if we would have beaten them in 2011. 2014, 2014, I don't know if we would have beaten Seattle. 2016, I think we would have beaten Atlanta. Yeah, I'm saying it right now. If we didn't shit our pants against the Patriots in 2016, I really think we would have beaten Atlanta. The way they imploded in that game, yeah, I'm saying we would have beaten Atlanta. So that's 3 rings right there. 2018, I don't think we would have beaten the Rams. So in my opinion, I think we could have won at least 3 rings, possibly 4, but I'm going to say 3. Yeah, I'm going to say at least 3. No, we had a first round bye in 2017, Noah, because back then it was 6 teams and the top 2 seeds got the first round bye back then. So we had a bye week in 2017. The thing I disagree with 2017, though, is that we rested our starters in week 17 of 2017 that year. And I think that was one of the biggest reasons we came out flat against Jacksonville. So, yeah, if we played our starters against the Browns because we still had a really small chance of clinching the number 1 seed in the AFC that year, I think we could have had a better game against Jacksonville, but I think one of the things that really doomed us in the divisional was that our starters got too much rest. So yeah, I really disagreed with resting our starters that year. Hey Doc, thank you so much for tuning in. He says thanks for all the content this season. You're actually a Ravens fan from Anquan and Suggs until this week, but your videos are on point, usually right, and funny as hell. Hope you keep going. Well, thank you, Doc. I appreciate that, man. I just do what I can, But I appreciate that, man. Thank you. But yeah, 2017, yeah, what? That was our year, man. If there was 2 more years where Ben should have won rings, it was '04 and 2017, for sure. But yeah, our starters had too much rest, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons we came out flat against Jacksonville. So, yeah, it still hurts. Wow. Bears have 120 total yards of offense in the second half. Green Bay only has 29. And the Bears are still down by 15 points. They still can't get anything going on offense. That's dropped. Gotta catch that, bro. Man, these Bears receivers just can't catch anything tonight. They can't catch anything. How many times have they thrown? How many times has Williams thrown great passes that should have been caught? Okay, well, he did get his shoulder. Well, the defender did get his shoulder pad on it right there, but that's still a catchable pass. Williams on 2nd and 10 throws end zone incomplete. Bears want a flag, but they're not going to get it. Third and 10. Which offense was scarier, '07 Bronco or '07 Patriots or 2013 Broncos? That's a damn good question. That's a damn good question, man. I would say the Patriots because the thing is, that was like the year where Tom Brady was the clean-cut best quarterback in the NFL. And Williams is going to get strip sacked, but luckily his lineman's there to recover it. And the Bears once again can't do anything. Yeah, this game's over. The Bears can't do anything. But yeah, that was the year where Tom Brady was the clean-cut best quarterback in the NFL that season. And he had Randy Moss to throw to. The 2013 Broncos were amazing on offense for sure, and Peyton Manning just went berserk that season as well. But I think the Pats just had more weapons and more variety on offense that year, so that's my vote. And hits it from 51, but the Bears just can't keep settling for field goals, man. It's 21-9. There is a Ravens channel I do watch. The channel name is Keeping It Real, and I did find out about from him in week 3 of this season, and I love his content. Hope I can feel better for Monday. Won't be clean. Yeah, I just hope the Steelers have a clean game Monday night. That's just where I am. Super Bowl 42. That yeah. Aside from 43, obviously aside from 43 and 40, that was always my favorite Super Bowl that I saw. 42 was a great game. Do I think the Ravens are mirror images of the Steelers due to some similarities? Tough physical play, strong defensive play, winning history, and emphasis on stability. I don't know about mirror images, but they definitely do have some. But yeah, they are very similar. I say it all the time, man. That's, I think, one of the biggest. That's one of the biggest dynamics for the Steelers Ravens rivalry, because the franchises are similar and the fan bases are similar. That's why Steelers and Ravens fans, they always butt heads with one another. They're very similar. They're very loud mouthed, they're very hot blooded. They're very both fan bases have a lot of hotheads in the fan base. I think that's one of the biggest dynamics of the rivalry is that not only do the teams butt heads a lot, but the fan bases butt heads with each other a lot too. But I wouldn't call them mirror images. All right, so 21-9. Bears can't keep settling for field goals, man. Their time's running out. They're down 12 points. Offense is quiet all night. Every time they got in the red zone, they couldn't get anything going. But yeah, wow. this game's pretty much over. I don't have any confidence that the Bears can. Oh look, Brian Urlacher. Brian Urlacher's there. That's you know what that's another guy. That's another guy that I really liked watching growing up. I always love watching Urlacher play. Urlacher was great. All right, so let's see how the Bears respond. Let's see what the Packers do here. 21-9. There's a flag on the play. Probably coming back. Not that it matters. Oh, crap. Okay. So, 2nd and 10. Sets a guy in motion. It's Reed. Gets the snap off. And that's in the hands of Watson, but he can't hold on to it. 3rd and 10. A lot of drop passes in this game. All right, 3rd and 10. Got to give the Bears defense credit. They're playing way better than I thought they would. Love facing pressure, and that's incomplete. Off the lineman's shoulder pad, incomplete. 4th and 10. Reports are saying Broderick isn't getting a 5th year. Like, what the hell? Why can't we draft anymore? I'll give Broderick Jones credit. He actually turned when he was on the field. When he was on the field, he was actually playing pretty well. I was tough on Broderick Jones last year because he looked like a freaking turnstile out there last year. But when he was on the field this year, he actually looked pretty decent. But I say with just about every player, man, the best ability is availability. And if you're not on the field, then if you can't be on the field, then you're on a time leash, you know? And they're calling intentional grounding on Jordan Love. But yeah, like, I can kind of get that. I can kind of get that if Broderick Jones can't stay on the field. Let's see. Is this grounding? I don't know about that call because if it didn't bounce off the lineman, if that didn't bounce off the lineman, I think it would have been targeted to a Packers receiver. I don't know about that call. That's a ticky-tacky call right there. I don't know about that. But whatever. Whatever. I don't think the Bears are going to do anything with it. We haven't had a decent first-round draft pick in over 10 years except Watt. Definitely, yeah. We have not done well with the first-round draft picks. And our first draft pick in 2020, I don't even think he's in the league anymore. Chase Claypool. I don't even think Claypool's even in the league anymore. So yeah, I mean, so far, okay, I will say, so far, Derek Harmon looks really good. So far, he looks really good, but only time will tell. So Derek Harmon does have a chance to be the best first round draft pick that we've had since TJ Watt. You know, Devin Bush, there was a time when he looked like he was going to be great, but then he tore his ACL against the Browns, and, he fell off a cliff after that. So there was a time that it could have been Devin Bush, but for right now, Derek Harmon actually looks really good, so we'll see how it goes with him. Williams on 1st and 10, rifles it down the left side, caught. That's another first down for Chicago. It's Loveland again. Williams fires incomplete. Man, Chicago. Man, Chicago's offense has done really bad tonight. I literally don't think they're going to do anything here. 2nd and 10. Sets a guy in motion again. Williams takes a snap. And he fires, and it's caught again. Bears are in the Packers' red zone again. But the Bears, every single time that they've been in the Packers' red zone, they couldn't finish it. If the Bears get a touchdown here, we got a ball game. Bears got to get a touchdown here, man. You liked when Minka was here, but looking back, I think that trade did us bad moving on because we just thrown away 2019 and we could have gotten a young. I agree, Andy, for sure. Williams floats at end zone, diving, catch attempt. Loveland can't come up with it, incomplete. Yeah, I've said that a couple of times, Andy. I said that all year last year, and, people were like, you know what, I hated it when you said it, but you actually have a point now. So I'm glad that people are starting to agree with me when I say that. Greatest middle linebacker of all time. I hate to say it, but Ray Lewis. I love Urlacher and Lambert too, but Ray Lewis was just a different beast, man. I have to give it to Ray Lewis. I'm sorry. It burns me to say it. I want to say Lambert, but yeah, I got to give it to Ray Lewis. Fake fan who is no longer a Ravens fan because Harbaugh got fired. Well, I mean, if you're not going to be a fan because someone got fired or someone left the team, I mean, come on, man. We all want. I mean, look, we all want certain people out of our teams, right? We all want certain coaches off the team, right? But Swift gets in the end zone. Touchdown. Finally, the Bears cash in on an opportunity. About time. The Bears finally get a red zone touchdown. And the Bears, with 10 minutes and 8 seconds left in the game, are only down by 6. But, yeah, I mean, we all want certain players and coaches off the team. But if that's the only reason that you're a fan, then, yeah, I mean, It shows that you're really just a player fan or a coach fan. But I'm not gonna sit down here and tell people how to fan or anything. I'm not gonna sit down here and tell people hits the extra point 21-16. I mean, I'm not the fan cop or anything. I'm not the fan authorities or anything. You fan how you want to fan. If you're a Harbaugh fan, then so be it. If you're a Tomlin fan, then so be it. But you know, it doesn't make you any less. It doesn't make someone any less of a Ravens fan if they agree with Harbaugh being fired or not. Exactly, Andy. Like I said, people are like, I hated it when you said it, but you actually have a decent point now. Off topic, but Alex Bregman to the Cubs. Wow. Yeah, I just got the update on ESPN. Wow. And MLB just updated me. Wow. 5 years, $175 million. Alex Bregman to the Cubs. Wow. So I guess he was just a 1 year rental in Boston. So, yeah, the Cubs got another decent bat to their already really good offense. And Cubs are going to make things interesting in the NL Central now with Milwaukee. I still think the Brewers win that division. But the Cubs, they are no slouches themselves. Yeah, I think the NL Central is going to come down to Milwaukee and Chicago again, for sure. Watching Reed and Paul Malu go at it with completely different stuff. Oh, definitely, yeah. It was very good, man. Doc, I hate when people say who's the better player between Troy Polamalu and Ed Reed. I hate that argument. Okay? Because people are going like, "Oh, well, look at the stats, look at the stats. Ed Reed is way better. Just look at the stat." I hate that argument. Okay? They played two different positions. Ed Reed was a strong safety, okay? So of course he's going to have more interceptions and he's going to have more passes defended than Paul Malu is, okay? Paul Malu, or no, Reed was a free safety. I'm sorry. So of course Ed Reed's going to have more picks. Of course Ed Reed is, of course Ed Reed's going to have more passes defended. Okay, that's what free safeties do. But Paul Malu, oh my God, did the Packers just fumble it again? Is this going to be another special teams malfunction? Oh boy. Are we getting week 16 all over again? Nope. Packers recovered it. Wow. But yeah, like you look at Paul Malu, yeah, he's going to have more tackles, he's going to have more safety sacks, and he's going to have more tackles for loss because that's what Paul Malu was. He was a strong safety. He plays closer to the line. He doesn't play deep like Ed Reed did. They played two different positions. I mean, the bottom line with Ed Reed and Paul Malu, they're both first ballot Hall of Famers, and they've both been in Canton for a long time now. That's the bottom line with them. I will say this about Ed Reed, though. I hate the Ravens, man. I think everyone knows that. I hate the Ravens. But Ed Reed is the only Raven that I ever respected. Okay, every single time. Every time Ben took the field against the Ravens, I'm like, okay, Ben, you got to watch out for number 20 back there because you make one false move, he's going to make you pay. Okay? So, yeah, as much as I hate the Ravens, I will say Ed Reed was the only Raven that I ever respected. So 1st and 20 for the Packers. Caught Romeo Dobbs and minimal gain, 2nd down. Who would I rather have on the team between the two? I'm going to say Paul Malo just because I'm a biased-ass Steeler fan. I'm sorry, I'm showing my Steelers bias. I'm taking Paul Malo. But, yeah, you can't go wrong with either one, though. Second and 11. Or no, that's a loss of yards, actually. Love fires across the middle. Romeo Dobbs again. 1st down. Packers looking like they're going to answer the call. Suggs and Big Ben had some big-time battles. Absolutely. Ben is actually the quarterback that Suggs has sacked the most. But Ben could also evade him pretty well as well, so it was a really even matchup. That's my favorite, that was my favorite attribute about Ben. It's like, with Ben, when Ben was in his prime, when you had multiple defenders on Ben, it looked like little boys in their backyard playing football with their dad and trying to tackle their dad. Ben was just so good at shaking off tackles and evading pressure. It literally looked like little boys in their backyard playing football with their dad. 2nd and 9. Love fires down the right side, and that's batted away, incomplete. TJ or Garrett without bias, who's better? If you asked me this years ago, I would have said TJ, but at this point, I'm taking Myles Garrett. I think he is. I think he's on the same level as guys like Reggie White. I think he's on the same level as guys like Reggie White and Deacon Jones, or Bruce Smith. Years ago, I would have said TJ, but at this point, I'm taking Myles Garrett. And would you look at that? Another Bears injured. Nashawn Wright. Or, no. Or, yeah, it is him. Third and 9. Love throws to the left, and it's caught for another 1st down. Romeo Dobbs again. He is hit up with Romeo Dobbs a lot on this drive. Yeah, but, here's the thing with... Well, yeah, Watt definitely has the stats, okay? That's for sure. But the thing is that when TJ faces a chip, when TJ gets chipped, he doesn't really do well a whole lot with it. But when Myles has the chip, he responds to it better than TJ does. And that's going to be a touchdown for Green Bay, and that's going to end the game. This game's over. So the Packers, after the Bears cut it to a one-score game, Packers respond right back, march right down the field, and they go back up by 2 scores. But yeah, overall, Garrett just does better with chipping, and he just does better with creating more pressure than TJ does. Garrett's out there getting double team more. I mean, and McManus misses the extra point, so it remains 27-16. But yeah, I mean, but yeah, I mean, unbiasedly at this point, I would go with Garrett. Talk about our game on Monday night. Some things I feel like people aren't talking about is that Arod played against bad has played against has played bad against good defenses. Arod went up against D'Amico Ryans in his last playoff game. That's right. Um, Miami doesn't have a really good defense. Um, yeah, Miami doesn't really have a good defense all that much. The Ravens' defense was uncharacteristically bad this year. Um, Trying to remember who we played. Detroit, they got a damn good offense, but their defense was really injured a lot too. And during the stretch where we've won 4 out of our last 5, the best defense that Aaron Rodgers had to face was the Browns defense, and the Browns had the number 2 defense in the league. So you're absolutely right there. And now he's going up against the best defense in the league. It's going to be really hard. Best defense in the league. Whenever the Bengals meet with Lamar and Burrow facing off, it is must-see TV. Am I right? Those two have had some incredible QB duels. Yeah, if you can get a Ravens Bengals game on, I would go check it out. It's always a really good game it's usually a good game when those two played. But I don't know. This year there were 2 blowouts. The Bengals blew them out on Thanksgiving night, and then the Ravens went down to Cincinnati and pitched a shutout against them. But in 2024, definitely there were 2 shootouts in that game in last year between them. Score predictions for the Steelers game, I could see it being low scoring 13 a type game. I agree with that. I think there's going to be a little more offense though. Um I'm going to say it's going to be in the neighborhood of like 20 to 17 or 19 to 16, I think a little bit more offense, but I I think both defenses are going to come up. I think both defenses show up. If I had a choice to fire these two, who would I pick? Omar Khan or Mike Tomlin? I might give Khan one more to. Oh, I am firing Mike Tomlin. End of debate. End of debate. I am firing Tomlin. What's up, Mike? Thanks for tuning in, man. Uh, don't know how much longer this is going to go on. It's 27-16, 6.5 to go in the game. The Bears season is about to end. They look like the worst number 2 seed in NFL history. And Green Bay still has the voodoo curse on them, it looks like. And that was the thing coming into this game. The Bears won the last matchup between the two, but the Packers also let that game get away from them. I felt like reminded me a lot of the 2014 NFC Championship where the Packers let that one get away from them against Seattle. Very similar to that game. And Green Bay was like, you know what? We let that game get away from us. Now we're going to face you in the playoffs and we're going to end your season in your stadium. And that's what Green Bay did. The Bears had a lot of chances to put points on the board, couldn't cash in. Turnovers and bad play, it doomed them. And now their season is very close to being over with. You haven't lost the Steelers have not lost a regularly scheduled home Monday night game since 1991, Doc. Um, I say regularly scheduled because in 2020, Washington was the first team to beat us that year, and that was a home Monday night game for the Steelers. But that was not originally a Monday night game. That was originally scheduled for the Sunday before, and it got pushed back to a Monday game because of COVID outbreaks. So if you want to count that, go ahead, but that's why I say originally scheduled Monday night games. So the two biggest streaks in Steeler history are going to be tested Monday night. Two biggest streaks. 4th and 3. Oh, a bad snap over the head of Williams, but it doesn't matter. There's a penalty. Wow, Williams got lucky there. I can't be the only one who thinks that. You know what, Jack? I think the Jaguars can beat the Bills. I don't disagree with you, man. I think Jacksonville has a great chance of beating the Bills. Liam Cohen has done a great job down in Jacksonville. Like, it really is a shame that only one of these guys can win Coach of the Year because you have a strong case for Liam Cohen, Ben Johnson, Kyle Shanahan, and Mike Vrabel. You have a really strong case you have a great case for any one of those four. You can't go wrong with any one of those four guys, you know. And it's a shame that only one of them can win, you know. But yeah, I really like what Liam Cohen did down in Jacksonville. He has made Trevor Lawrence look like the quarterback that everyone thought he was going to be when he got drafted. And Jacksonville's got a really tough defense as well. So yeah, I give the Jags a great chance of winning tomorrow. I really give the Jaguars a great chance of winning tomorrow. Any thoughts on the '85 Bears team? I think the '85 Bears are by far one of the greatest teams of all time, bar none. But I think I made a video on this last year, uh, on the Super Bowl Sunday. The '85 Bears are one of the greatest teams of all time, but in my opinion, as that passes out of bounds and completes second, in my opinion, the greatest Super Bowl champion of all time, my opinion, '84 49ers. Because they were everything that a Super Bowl champion is supposed to be. A dominant team, dominant record, would just crush anyone in their way. They had an elite defense. They had an elite offense for sure, but they also had an elite defense. And this is something that almost never gets brought up with the 49ers of the 80s. As Williams steps up, throws, pocket, caught, makes a guy miss, and that's going to get carried into the red zone. So the Bears are maybe not dead yet. Monungai with a couple of nice moves right there, and the Bears got a 1st and goal. Bears need to get a touchdown here. But something that doesn't get brought up a lot with the 80s 49ers is that every time the Bears won every time the 49ers won the Super Bowl, they had a top 3 defense. Everyone talks about Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. Okay, they were amazing. Every time the 49ers won the Super Bowl, top 3 defense. 1981, number 2 defense. 1984, number 1 defense. 1988, number 3 defense. 1989, number 2 defense. 1994. And, 1994 even, they had a top 5 defense. They were the number 4 defense that year. Every time the 49ers won the Super Bowl, they had a top 5 defense. As Williams finds Zacchaeus, and that's going to be a touchdown for Chicago. Hang on, guys. Maybe the Bears aren't dead yet. They've scored touchdowns on their last 2 trips to the red zone, and if I'm the Bears, I'm going for 2 here. It's 27-22. If I'm the Bears, I'm going for 2, and that's exactly what Ben Johnson's going to do. He's keeping his offense on the field. Bears are going to go for 2. Williams is going to work from the shotgun. And he throws, quick pass, and he's got it. It's Loveland making the catch by the pylon. Wow. The Bears have made a comeback. The Bears looked dead and buried when this quarter started. Chicago looked dead and buried. And now all of a sudden, they are only down by a field goal. Wow. What a comeback by the Bears. Can they do it to the Packers again? Wow. Yeah, we know Johnny Unitas was a Steeler. The Steelers actually drafted him. But they let him go because they didn't think he was smart enough to play quarterback. The Steelers also had Len Dawson too. So yeah. It's not just Dan Marino, it's also Len Dawson and Johnny Unitas that the Steelers let slip through their fingers too. Those are always going to be big what ifs for the Steelers because they really wanted Dan Marino. They really liked Dan Marino, but Art Rooney didn't like him. But yeah, man, 27-24. Bears were dead and buried when this fourth quarter started. And now all of a sudden they're only down by 3 points. Bears defense has played well all night. Well, not all night. They had a bad start to the game, but they've really buckled down since then and have limited Green Bay. And the offense has come back. They struggled a lot in the red zone all night. They struggled a lot in the red zone, but they've scored touchdowns in their last 2 trips to the red zone and just converted a 2-point conversion. And all of a sudden, they're only down by 3 points. What an effort by the Bears. Can they do it to the Packers again? 4:12 to go in regulation. Green Bay up 27-24. And yeah, each team has all their timeouts. Love passes it. Short gain, second down. Crowd's back in it too. Greatest defense of all time, 85 Bears. 85 Bears. Although, as a biased Steeler fan, Steel Curtain, but 85 Bears were just incredible. 2nd and 8. Clock ticking down to 3:27. Love throws down the right side. Oh, what a catch! Romeo Doubs. Oh, how did he catch that? A one-handed catch. He extended that right arm out, brought it down to his chest, and maintained control. Oh, what a catch. Wow. Man, that sucks for the Bears. Their defense played well all night. Dobbs just made a hell of a catch right there. That pass is going out of bounds if Dobbs doesn't make a play on it. That was a hell of a catch by Dobbs. Wow. Do I think the Reds can make it back to the playoffs as a wild card? I think they can. I think they can. They got a good chance at it because, like, the Mets, for whatever reason, just blew everything up in the offseason. And, the National League is actually kind of wide open. So, the Reds make some additions. I think they have a solid chance of going back. Second and 10. Man, what a catch that was by Dobbs. Love takes the snap. Fires to the left side again. And it's hauled in. It's hauled in. It's Golden. It's Golden haul. It's Golden hauling it in. Just tough luck. Bears defense can only hold up for so long. And now the Packers get a drive going. Like, Bears offense just kept wasting opportunities, and now their defense is tired. Yep. That's what happens when your offense stalls in the red zone too much. Defense is going to get tired. And the Packers are going to... Well, the Bears are going to use a timeout now. But, yeah, Packers looking to put this one away. Got to go with more modern defenses for them to be considered greatest of all time. I think 85 Bears wouldn't... Oh, dude, I'm telling you right now, if the 85 Bears played in today's league, Noah, they'd get flagged on every single play. I'm not exaggerating. They would get flagged every single play if they played in today's league. Second and 10. Love takes the snap, fires down the right side, end zone, incomplete. Intended for Musgrave. He wants a flag. He's not going to get it. Third and 10. Same thing with the steel curtain, man. Same thing with the steel curtain, Andy. If the steel curtain played in today's league, like everyone on the steel curtain would be ejected. They would have suspensions and fines, and they'd get flagged every play. I am not even kidding. I don't think Lance Briggs is a Hall of Famer. I think he's a Hall of Very Good player. I don't think Lance Briggs is a Hall of Famer. Where do I rank the Patriots in terms of hatred on my list? I really hated them when they were the dynasty. That's when my hatred for them was at its peak, man. But I don't hate them as much anymore. I still really don't like them, but my hate for them's mellowed down over the years. But yeah, I still don't like them. But when they were the dynasty, that's when my hate for them was at its peak. Third and 10. That's delay a game. That's delay a game. Yeah, good. They threw a flag. Oh, that's absolutely delay a game. That is absolutely delay a game. Good thing they got that flag off. Third and 15. Third and 15. Love takes the snap. Facing pressure. Fires right side again. Dobbs. He got a hand on it, but it's out of bounds. 4th and 15. He's still playing, but would you say Daniil Hunter is a Hall of Famer? I think he's definitely on pace to be a Hall of Famer. If he keeps it up, probably even first ballot, but definitely I think he's on the right track of being a Hall of Famer. So I would say yes. 4th and 15. McManus pushes it left again. Oh, he missed it. That's the second kick this quarter that McManus has missed. And the door is open for the Bears. Wow. Second missed kick this quarter for Brandon McManus. And the Bears have a chance. Wow. That is huge. 85. Thank you for the dono, Ryan. The Bears are the best team in the 16-game era. I won't argue with that, but my personal opinion, 84 49ers. That's my personal opinion. But yeah, I won't disagree with I won't argue with anyone who says the 85 Bears. Wow, the Bears have a chance. With everything they've done wrong, they have a chance still. That's incomplete. Wow. Everything the Bears did wrong in this game. And the door's still open. McManus, 2 missed kicks this quarter. And the door is still open for the Bears. Wow. Wow. Hey, what's up, OGT? Thanks for tuning in, buddy. You missed a lot of an interesting game, man. Bears were just flat all night offensively, and that's going to be a first down for Chicago. Flat all night offensively, couldn't score in the red zone. Then they get 2 touchdown drives in the red zone to make it a 1-possession game. Green Bay answers back, misses an extra point. McManus misses a field goal that would have made it a 6-point game. Bears get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and here we are now. We're approaching the 2-minute warning. Bears still have a chance. With everything they've done wrong, they still have a chance. I know this is I know Yogi Berra played baseball. Played baseball, but you know what he said? It ain't over till it's over. And that's what this game is. Ain't over till it's over. That's why you play the games. You'd love to see LC go. From what I've read, he's a first-class human being, too. Yeah, 2 really good games to start off the playoffs. It's living up to it, man. Bears looked dead in the water when this 4th quarter started, and now all of a sudden they're only down by 3 points with 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Wow. And there is the 2-minute warning right there. Bears are not dead yet. How do I feel about the Pens since I do want to get into watching the NHL? Honestly, I am taking the liking of the Hurricanes since I like their name colors and I like their name. Well, definitely, I recommend it. Hockey, you're going to love hockey, man. Hockey is so much fun. You got to love hockey's great, you know. I've always said hockey has the best playoffs. Hockey has the best playoffs out of the 4 sports. But the Pens, they've been an interesting team this year because they got off to a red-hot start, and then they had a stretch where they were playing terrible and blowing a lot of leads. And the Pens actually lost 8 games in a row around this time last month. But now the Pens are playing pretty well again. They've won 5 of their last 7. So, yeah, they had a really tough game against the Calgary Flames today. Pens had a tough loss to the Calgary Flames today, but the Pens, they've been a very up and down team this year. But I definitely recommend, if you're getting into hockey, I definitely recommend it. You won't be sorry. Do I have any distaste for the Packers? No, I don't. I don't have a problem with the Packers. I mean, yeah, I'm still. I mean, yeah, I'm still a little salty that they beat us in Super Bowl 45, but I don't hate the Packers. You know. As a matter of fact, I kind of respect them a little bit. You know, mainly because they're green and green's my favorite color. You know, that's probably the biggest reason they're green and, you know, green's my favorite color. But yeah, like, I don't hate the Packers at all. Still salty about Super Bowl 45, yeah, but I don't hate the Packers. Who do I hate more between the Cardinals and the Ravens? Probably the Cardinals. They're on the same level. Like they're on the same level, man, but probably the Cardinals. Because the Steelers at least lead the all-time series against the Ravens. And the Pirates actually do lead the all-time series against the Cardinals, but the Cardinals have just kicked our ass for the last 30-something years now. And we've just had to sit back and take it from them, you know? So I would say, and plus, you know, oh man, he had him. That's a walk-in touchdown right there, most likely. Off his fingertips. You know? But yeah, we've just had to sit back and take it from the Cardinals, and not to mention they cheated against us in 2013. I will fucking die on that hill. They cheated against us in 2013. Alright? The Ravens at least beat us fair and square. The Packers at least beat the Steelers fair and square. The Cardinals fucking cheated against us. Hell, the Cubs in 2015. The Cubs beat us fair and square. The Cardinals cheated against us. Oh boy, big gain right there. What are the Bears going to do? DeAndre Swift. This is getting interesting here. No, Doc, I'm talking about the St. Louis Cardinals in baseball. The St. Louis Cardinals, Doc. The Arizona Cardinals, I don't care about. Shotgun play for Williams. Takes the snap. He fires down the right side. Wide open touchdown, Chicago! The Bears have the lead! DJ Moore! The Bears have come back to take the lead! Wow! Oh man, the Bears! They might do it again to the Packers. Wow. Oh my God. What a comeback by the Bears. Snap down, hold, kick is up. It is good. The Bears have a 31-27 lead with 1:43 left. Packers still have one timeout though. What a comeback by the Bears. Wow. So now the Packers have to answer the call. Wow, DJ Reed is wide open. Wide open. So does Jordan Love rip the hearts out of Bears fans like Aaron Rodgers has done throughout his career? Or do the Bears complete the comeback? Wow. So let's see what Jordan Love's got. And there's the kickoff. And all of a sudden, I'm invested in this game. And stopped at about the 30-yard line. All right, Jordan Love, it's your time. It's your time, man. Yeah, Green Bay was up 21-3 at halftime. Since then, 28-6 Chicago. What a comeback by the Bears. Wow. So Love is going to work from the gun. Gets the snap. Bears are blitzing. He gets it off to Watson. He's going to get past the 30. Second down. Yeah, it was 27-16 at one point too. Like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes ago. Man, what a comeback by the Bears. Love gets the snap again. They're going up tempo right here. Pass is incomplete across the middle. 3rd and 7. Yeah, these playoffs are off to a great start so far. Off to a great start. A minute 8 to go. 3rd and 7. Bears need a stop here. Packers need a first down. Green Bay still has one last timeout. Love throws incomplete. Off the hands of Romeo Doubs, who he has been connecting with all night. Now he drops a key pass. 4th and ball game right here for the Packers. 4th and ball game. Fourth and ball game right here for Green Bay. Love sets a man in motion. It's Golden. Gets the snap from the gun. He's looking. He throws to the left side, and it is caught for a first down. It's Matthew Golden. Steps out of bounds. Clock stops at a minute to go. Wow. Second biggest choke job for the Packers behind 2014. I can agree with that, man. I can agree with that. Love takes the snap. Shotgun again. Throws same left side. And it's caught again. A little bit short of the marker. But he steps out of bounds. Stops the clock. 55 seconds to go. 2nd and 3. Man, that's the thing with the Bears, though. They've actually played well defensively tonight, but because the offense couldn't get anything, they couldn't get off the field, and now their defense is looking gassed. 2nd and 3. Love gets the ball again, fires down the right side. Oh, off the fingertips. That's Jaden Reed. You got to catch that, man. That's right on your fingertips. And that would have been a massive gain right there. 3rd and 3, 50 seconds to go. Oh, man. Bro, you got to catch that. You got to catch that. Third and 3. Love gets the snap. Throws a quick pass to Dobbs. First down. And did the Packers burn their last timeout? Yes, they did. So Matt LaFleur burns his last timeout, stops the clock, 44 seconds to go. The Packers got a drive going, and all of a sudden the crowd in Chicago's getting a little quiet. Crowd in Chicago's getting a little quiet. They were rowdy they were rowdy this entire fourth quarter. And now the Packers got a drive going, and they have quieted down a little bit. They're trying to get back in it, but they are... Oh, there's a shirtless guy right there. I don't know how those guys do that in this cold weather. But they're trying to get back in it, but they're not as loud as they were before. Love, snap, fires across the middle. It's caught. That's a first down. The Packers are in the Bears' red zone. Oh, man. Oh, man, and I think... No, there's a Packer down, though. That's a 20-yard gain, and now a Packer is down. It's Jaden Reed again, but there is a Packer down on the field. Oh, man, now the Packers are in the Bears' red zone. And this is going to get really interesting here. All right, so there is a Packer down on the field. That's going to be a 10-second runoff, so there's 22 seconds left now. 10-second runoff, 22 seconds left. But the Packers have the ball in the Bears' red zone. Down by 4. Oh, man. This will have to be the Bears' most... If the Bears lose... I'm telling you guys this right now. One of these fan bases is going to be distraught by the end of this game. For Green Bay, it's going to be their biggest choke since 2014. For the Bears, in my opinion, it's going to be their most gut-wrenching loss since I would say to the Packers in 2013 in the final week of the season when Aaron Rodgers did it to him. Either that or the double doink, but I go with 2013. First and 10. Love gets the snap. He fires. Oh, it's off the fingertips. And that would have been a touchdown. Second and 10, 13 seconds to go. Yeah, one of these fan bases is going to be distraught by the end of the game. Watson almost had it. Watson almost had it. Love has an empty backfield. It's his game to lose now. And... Oh, there's a flag. I think this is going to be a false start. Yep, false start. Dude, that's a drive killer. You can't do that. That's a drive killer. Rasheed Walker false started. He flinched. That's a drive killer, man. Second and 15. No, I don't blame you, Noah. I wouldn't go to a game in winter either, unless it's indoors. Love gets the snap. He's rolling. He fires, and is that an incomplete pass? Montez Sweat. Clock stops with 2 seconds left. Doesn't matter because the ball's out of bounds. That ball's going forward. That's an incomplete pass, but this is going to be the last play of the game. Last play of the game right here. Well, they're going to give it a little bit more time because they're going to mark the. They're going to put 5 more seconds on the clock because they're going to spot it when the ball went out of bounds. So 7 seconds left now. That's an incomplete pass. That arm was going forward. That's an incomplete pass. But what a play by Montez Sweat. Love again, empty backfield. Bears playing prevent defense. A little bit of a low snap. Love recovers though. And this is going to be the last play of the game. Love is looking. He's looking. He wants to go deep. He's going to fire. End zone. Intercepted. And the Bears win. Wow. What a finish. What a finish. A little low snap right there. Love recovered. He faced pressure. Tossed it to the end zone. And it was a game-sealing interception in the end zone. And the Bears win. Wow. The Bears were dead and buried when the fourth quarter started. And then 2 straight touchdown drives in the red zone brought them back in it. Brandon McManus with 2 crucial missed kicks. Touchdown reception for DJ Moore. And then that sequence right there where the Packers couldn't capitalize. What a comeback by the Bears, man. What a comeback. Yeah, as Urinating Tree would say, the Packers fucked the ball. That's right, Corey. Yeah, Green Bay, you guys choked. Green Bay. You guys choked big time. You guys choked. Yeah, check on Tom Grossi, man. Everyone say a prayer for Tom Grossi tonight, man. Everyone say a prayer for Tom Grossi tonight. Oh, what a choke job. Mason, thank you very much. He says, Matt, I assume you mean Matt LaFleur needs to go and McManus needs to retire. Yeah, those 2 missed kicks, man. That can't happen. That can't happen, man. But thank you for the dono, man. All right, but yeah, it's 11:37 at night over here on the East Coast. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a stream. And yeah, man, what a game this was. It was a lot of fun interacting with all of you in here, and thank you all for tuning in. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a stream, and hope to see you in another one, man. All right, so thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.